Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Taco Bell's new cheesy street chalupas have a lot going for them. For one, they come in pairs, both with your choice of shredded chicken or grilled marinated steak. Then there's the cheesy chalupa shells and creamy jalapeno ranch sauce. Can't count those out either. But the star of the show is their authentic street style, topped with onions and cilantro, and perfectly sized for eating one-handed. You know, while you're walking around the street or your living room, wherever. Grab some cheesy street chalupas at a participating Taco Bell today.
For a limited time only while supplies last.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams July summer sale and get 35% off paints and stains from July 26th through August 5th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code KIND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
So what did the doctor say?
He said I might need surgery.
Wow, it's that serious.
Well, we won't know for sure until I talk with the surgeon, but I'm lost. This is all new to me.
The decision to have surgery isn't easy, but neither is living with pain.
There is an alternative to surgery. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach and can restore pain-free joint function so you can avoid surgery. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We also help restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. So when traditional medicine suggests you need surgery, how about taking another approach? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Thursday here on the Daily Blender, and good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And somebody actually got to do a thing. They actually got to do a thing. They weren't stopped doing the thing. There was almost a moment where they got stopped doing the thing, but he said, no, please don't stop me doing the thing. I'm feeling pretty good. And the Padres, Dylan Cease, got to throw a no-hitter. Sorry, Keon, it's against your Nationals, but hey, that's something right there. Old Skeens is probably like, son of a bitch. You know, I could have.
You could have been in that club, the no-hitter club. It's a hard club to get into.
So Dylan Cease, is that his first no-hitter? I think it might be.
I think it is. Yeah, second no-hitter in Padres history.
Yeah, the first one was Joe Musgrove back in 2021. So, now all of a sudden they're going to be a no-hitter machine, whatever. Dylan Cease with the no. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool right there.
He's an incredible pitcher too. So we're, not
better than
not,
Skeen.
I don't know if he's better than Skeens, but he's still pretty young. I think he's older than Skeens, but he's got plenty of career left. So this is just the beginning. I'm
He's
excited.
got a better mustache.
Well, that's not hard.
That's yeah.
Skeens has got a pretty bad mustache.
Yeah, because Dylan Cease, from all the pictures I've been able to see, basic regular. Yeah, I'm kind of I could go either way kind of mustache. This could be a beard at any moment kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Skeens just 500 yards from any school. That's what that mustache says to me. So there it is. Actually, no, he did have he only has 2 complete games when he started this game. They were shutouts, but they weren't no hitters. So there was a 9-inning 1-hitter back in 2022, and then a 7-inning 3-hitter back in 2021. So yeah, this is his first no hitter and his 3rd complete game. So cool, you got it done. So now you can just go back to your analytics and baby that arm if you like.
Yeah. Like no one is saying that if a guy's got, his 3rd no-hitter bid of the season and he's already gotten 1, just let him ride it out. Because I understand having a guy be able to pitch for a long time is probably more important than having him be great for 1 game. But if he's close and he's never done it before, just let him in the club.
Let him have it. The Jet says, on my wall of fame, I have a bunch of photos of Jeffrey, and I draw mustaches on about half of them. That's not weird at all, Jet. That is not weird at all.
Very normal behavior, I'm sure.
That's perfectly okay by me. 888-368-1580. So a no-hitter by the Padres. How are your Nationals doing? Because that can't feel good to have to see that. It seems like all these people have these giant days, and we're like, yay, and then sorry, Keon. All of your teams get that kind of treatment.
Yeah, I mean, that's because of the timing of where they all are, except for maybe the Caps. The Caps are the old team that they're trying to keep that thing held together to see if they could squeeze out one more championship run. I doubt it, but that's what they're doing. But yeah, when I look at the Nationals, the Wizards, and the Commanders, they're all starting over, and so the Nats are just really young. I think they're 11 games below 500. They were hovering at 500 for most of the season, and then maybe a couple weeks before the All-Star break, things went sideways real bad. That team's young, and there's a lot of good there, but there's also a lot of mistakes that get made by a lot of young players. And I still think that they need to be a whole lot better in their pitching rotation. They've got to find a way to get some more talent there. So they're young, they're figuring it out.
I'm just sorry. It's just like, people will give it like, oh my God, the most yards ever against the Washington Commandos. Oh my God, the most home runs ever against the Nationals. It just seems like you're getting shelled all the time in every sport almost.
Yeah, I mean, it's just when it comes to the Commanders, like they've just been a poorly run organization for a quarter of a century. Like that's going to happen to you more often than most teams because you're not good. I just think with the Nats specifically and the Wizards specifically, like those are just teams starting over. So you're just going to do that. At least the Wizards didn't finish below the Pistons.
Yeah,
in reality. So
just don't be last.
That's the only thing I'm concerned about there. And I think look, these Nats are better than they were a year ago. I'll take the improvement.
Again, that's all you're gonna ask for.
They didn't even look like they were a major league team last year. So I'll take this. Yeah.
Number one Rattlers fan says, do you know what major league pitcher has the most 2-hitters and the most 1-hitters? And he has both. No. 888-368-1580. No, I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna try. You don't ask me these crazy questions. And all that means is I have to Google something. Although the Jet knows it, he goes, it's Nolan Ryan. Sounds like a Nolan Ryan thing.
I mean, he's a damn good pitcher.
Yeah. And he's right. Number one Rattlers fan says it's Nolan Ryan with no hitters also. Okay. I don't do I don't do stats. I don't do, hey, do you know who has done this thing or that thing? I don't know.
Yeah, for me, it's
I
just like if I have the ability to look it up, I just don't see the point in memorizing it. Why?
I can only keep so much information in my head at one time.
The stuff I tend to remember are the stories about stuff. So, the story of certain players and how they even got into a sport or what their best moment was. Like that's the stuff I think is more interesting to bring up than just random stats.
Listen, there's a finite amount of hard drive space in my cranium, and I have a lot of useless information that's just in there because I don't know how to clean it out. I can't defrag my brain. I can only purposefully try to forget certain things, But in your brain, you have all sorts of old information that if you could figure out how to get it out, you would. Do you remember your locker combination from high school?
I don't.
Good, me neither. Old friends' birthdays, like from high school and stuff?
No.
Good. Yeah, but it's annoying if you have that in your head. Old phone numbers from your childhood that don't exist anymore. Yeah. I can almost remember one of my best pals' phone numbers. It was 982, and then I don't remember any more of it. How about your third grade teacher's favorite color?
Third grade teacher's favorite color? Orange.
You seriously know that?
Yeah.
See what that's you got to clean that out.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh my God. My fourth grade teacher's was green because she was Irish and she'd walk around with a shillelagh. And if nobody was looking, she'd bonk right on the head. And then if you try to tell on her, she'd be like, that never happened. I'm not even kidding on that.
I believe you.
How about, do you know the President's All in Order?
Oh, I don't.
Did you ever?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
Can you do the alphabet backwards?
I know I can't.
Yeah. I wouldn't even try. Seems like it.
I have a friend whose best skill at the bar would be to just get incredibly drunk and then say the alphabet backwards, which he could do easily. It was
well, that's somebody who's getting ready for a DUI checkpoint.
That is correct.
That's all that is.
Not a responsible human being. Fun guy, but
do you know how to spell Mississippi without spell check?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not even necessary. You should clean that out. You got a spell check. You don't need that anymore.
I guess. And I no longer live anywhere near Mississippi, so I really don't need to know that.
Did you ever work in a grocery store?
No.
There are some people who still have the produce codes in their head.
Wow.
Gonna get me some 4011 so I can make some special French toast. What's that? Bananas.
Yeah, that would stick in there. I never worked in a grocery store, thank God.
You know how to play chopsticks on the piano?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should clear that out the hard drive.
Yeah, because
that's not doing you any good.
I have a piano that I don't play. So
did you ever play one of them recorders?
Yes.
Yeah, clean that crap out of your brain.
Yeah, I can still play Mary Had a Little Lamb on a recorder if I had a recorder. I don't own one. So why do I know how to play that?
Do you know the steps to fold an origami crane?
I don't.
I was gonna say keep that in there because
it is
sometimes
kind of cool.
You're sitting there, you're like, you give it to a girl and she's like, oh, that's so nice. How about the theme song to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I actually don't.
In your head.
I know like parts of it, but not
parts of it.
Not the whole thing. Yeah.
Now for all of us older folks, the theme song to Gilligan's Island. Just sit right back in here. Right? Yeah, that's in there.
It's in there.
The Macarena? No, I never had that in my head.
I did. It was in elementary school.
Oh no.
And it was everywhere. It was inescapable.
Oh, that's horrible.
And
that's child abuse.
Because when we went, it is child abuse. We would go to gym class
action lawsuit kind of stuff.
Then they'd play it to get us all warmed up for whatever we were going to be doing in gym class that day.
So
in elementary school,
going to tell you a lot about your gym teacher. My gym teacher was, at the time, I didn't know it, but a burned out stoner who would sit there with mirrored sunglasses. And I was always pretty sure they were mirrored on the inside. And he would sit in the lawn chair in the middle of the gym and turn on Village People music. And we'd have to do laps around the gym while he just sat there in the middle. I'm pretty sure he was passed out.
He just wasn't conscious. Yeah.
From drugs, alcohol, whatever was going on in the 70s. That dude was part of it. And so, yeah, he was all about just turn on the Village People and let the kids run. Your guy was Macarena.
Yeah.
You know what? Both bad. I think I fared better.
I know you did.
I think I'd rather
know you
listen
did,
to the Village
'cause-
People than Macarena.
Because the Macarena lives in my head. It's a song that I don't want to know that's very much in there. Yeah.
You're not kidding, Moist One. Macho Man in the Navy, and then YMCA. Over and over and over. Fish Tank said 3 mild mice on the recorder.
Oh, the 3 blind mice. Yeah.
I don't think it was mild. It was blind.
Might have been a spell check thing.
Swazman says, hey, Jeffrey, tell Keon at least he can't be a big a loser in sports teams as the previous sidekick, old Filthy Phil and Horse Killer. Yeah.
Why, what were their teams?
Can I just be honest? I think now Keon's not a loser, but his teams
I've got some losers in there.
Probably gets the blue ribbon on that.
Like over the 4 sports, there have been some wins, but it's mostly losing.
Phil was a Broncos fan, and he's got a recent Super Bowl. The other guy was a Packers fan, so he's had a couple of Super Bowls, and then his other teams. So no, I'm sorry, Keon gets the ribbon on this. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry.
I at least have the 2019 Nationals, the 2018 Caps, and that's pretty nice.
Hey, do you remember how to do the spell to summon Captain Planet?
Oh man, I actually don't remember.
Good. That's one.
I used to know it vividly, but I guess I don't remember.
Do you have special codes or special moves and cheats to video games you don't play anymore? Because remember, I did that the other day. Left, right, left. If you're like, oh, I know that one.
I don't think I do. I don't think I do.
How about this? Like old jingles. 877 cash now.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. I think that stuff definitely sticks in my head. Music tends to stick, I think, a whole lot more. So I know a bunch of useless commercial songs, jingles, openings to shows that lasted one season exactly. Stuff like that.
So this is for my generation: 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a sesame seed bun. Your generation gets 1877 cars for kids.
There's actually a joke on the show The Good Place that when they're in the bad place, that the bad place made that song up. And I believe them.
Absolutely,
I believe them.
So, anyway, so these are the things we got to try to clear out of our brains, and I don't know how to do it. I would take illicit drugs if I thought it would help to get some of these things out of my head.
Yeah, but I don't think you have enough control over which stuff you forget.
That's why I need illicit drugs. Fish Tank says up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. See what I'm saying? That's taking up space in your noggin there, Fish Tank. Booger Wolf says, you guys are the Village People. Go Niners, boys. Okay. Beer Bob says, do you guys even know what the Macarena is about? I believe it's about a chick sleeping with her dude's friend and then another friend. Okay.
I didn't listen closely enough. I don't want to know what it's about.
It's like Macarena, some sort of STD in Spanish. Hey, Macarena, itchy. Maybe that's burns.
I have no idea. All I know is that the 2 guys that made it never really made another hit again, and I'm happy for it. They are living on that one hit forever.
Is there anybody playing that anymore? Do you think they're really still getting royalties?
I don't know. That's a great question.
That's another class action lawsuit
right there.
The Jet says that last code by Fish Tank was the Nintendo code. I used to use that in about 50% of the video games I'd play. Oh, so it'd work on other things. Jet also thought that the Macarena was macaroni in Spanish. No. Swazman says, hey, Jeffrey, ask Keon who he thinks will be the Major League Baseball second half of the season winner. Will Pittsburgh or Kansas City Royals make a run? He's looking for betting info here. Well, listen, we got somebody to give you some betting advice here in a moment. But Keon, what do you say?
I was going to say, let's listen to Dylan Cohen because I don't want to.
Swazman, bet the house on the White Sox to go all the way.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say that I was gonna also defer to Dylan Cohen because I do not feel confident enough in specifically my picking abilities, but baseball picks are I can't do that to you, man. Especially if you want betting advice, I presume you would like to make money. Well, yeah, let's get to Dylan Cohen about it later.
I can say anything I want. Nobody's going to actually listen to me. I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. 888-368-1580. By the way, so the Olympics are sort of open, but they're really open on Saturday. Now, Friday is the opening ceremonies. There's no games or anything being played on Friday. They all just kind of get dressed, go to dinner, and then walk around for a while, and then hey, everybody. It's like a parade. And but then here on Saturday, I thought I'd give you a little preview on what you can expect on Saturday. Saturday is, and this is like almost like in a 24-hour roll. Okay. So Friday night late, which would be where they're at Saturday morning, you got tennis, women's singles, all right away, right there at midnight. Well, I mean, for us, it'll be 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. here, you can turn on some Olympic tennis. So it means the opening ceremonies are probably going to be earlier in the day on Friday. They'll probably record them and play them back for you, when you get home from work. Then at 1:30 in the morning, shooting. They got mixed 10 millimeter air rifle. Ooh. Seriously? BB guns?
Yeah, they don't use the actual guns.
Then what the hell's the point?
I don't know.
Okay. 2 a.m. they got diving. And let's see, at 2 a.m., men's basketball, Australia versus Spain. Then you got tennis again with men's doubles, women's doubles, men's singles. Lots of tennis. And then there's another basketball game, Germany versus Japan. There's some cycling for the ladies. Then more tennis, there's a lot of tennis. Soccer. Mm-hmm. See if I can see U.S. in there. Oh, yeah. The soccer. I got rugby for the men of the United States, 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. Let's see. More tennis, men's, women's. Everybody's playing tennis. Cycling, if you care about it. Men's individual time trial is at 7:34 a.m. Skateboarding at nobody cares. Judo for women and men around 8 o'clock in the morning. And fencing, ladies fencing, on God, that's at 11:40 a.m. And then there's swimming that starts happening at 11:45. Men's 400 meter freestyle, women. So there you go. Water racing is what I call it. And then you got men's football. It'll start up at around noon. Several different countries will play there. Also some basketball. And some more fencing, a little more swimming. That's pretty much it. That's the day on Saturday. Doesn't sound that exciting to me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they roll out the events over the course of the entire Olympic days. So, for me, the swimming stuff is always interesting. I do like the swimming. And I'll try and check out the rugby. I like that too.
Last Optimist says, hey, where's Ralph? I wanted to congratulate him on the Seahawks being number 2 in the NFL, right behind the 49ers in fan cost to attend training camp. So here, to give you an idea, it's free to go to Cardinals training camp, but you got to pay how much money, Last Optimist? You give me the number on that. I don't have that in front of me. We were not, the Colts charged too. I was surprised at that. But Beer Bob says the White Sox are so bad, I believe they've already been eliminated from the 2025 postseason contention. I've checked that information, and you are correct. The fact checkers agree with you, Beer Bob. All right, listen, let's get some real betting advice. It's time for Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. We'll do that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Arizona Cardinals with training camp underway as they get ready for the upcoming season. They are plus 1,300 to win the NFC West, one of the toughest divisions in the NFL, and are plus 310 to make the playoffs. The Cardinals will open up the season in week 1 on September 8th in Buffalo against the Bills. They're a 7-point road underdog, plus 265 on the money line. Buffalo is minus 330 with an over-under of 48.5. Both the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers are plus 600 to win this year's Super Bowl in New Orleans. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-3128. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-3128. That's 800-575-3128. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Mom, it's school shopping time.
On it. Ooh, Target has select supplies like crayons and glue sticks for 25 cents, plus markers for 50 cents.
Next, my new Rockstar vibe means new clothes.
Ooh, totally. These graphic tees are $6 and made to last.
And a strawberry lunch bag to match my sweet personality.
Got it. And it's only $5. Plus, get your favorite Good and Gather snacks. They're now at a new lower price.
Best team ever.
When it comes to low prices, Target has your back to school.
Hi, I'm Ralph.
And I'm Neil.
And I'm Nathan. And we're the Weekend Warriors.
Whoa. Who's the new guy?
Well, I'm known on social media as Mr. AZ Sports.
Oh, you're one of those internet celebrities.
Yeah, the internet's really popular. You should learn about it.
Hold on, Neil. We'll still be the same great show.
Will we talk about sports?
Yes.
Will we interview Arizona sports personalities?
Sometimes, yeah.
Will we have fun?
Of course we will.
And I'll bring real knowledge of Arizona sports to the show.
Fine, he can stay.
Welcome to the team, Nathan. It's the Weekend Warriors every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatics. Time for Beat the Book with Dylan Cullen. All right, how did we do yesterday with those picks? Well, I guess it's only one pick you got to answer for so far, right?
That's right, Jeffrey. Yeah. So, taking a look at how we did yesterday, unfortunately, it was another rough night for us. But on a
first off,
note,
let me just stop you right there. There's no us. I don't drag me into this. This is your thing.
I assume that you must have been partaking with at least a little bit of money here, Jeffrey. You don't like to dabble?
Oh, I'm saving up my money for badminton in the Olympics.
Oh, I just figured you're going to save it to put it all on France to win, silver or gold, like how we talked about yesterday.
Never. I can't turn my back on the U.S. of A. even for some money.
I understand, where those loyalties are going to be important here. If we're looking at this Diamondbacks game from yesterday, I mean, at least we can all walk away with our heads held high on the fact that the D-backs had an incredible top of the ninth rally, at the end of the game to, come from behind and take the lead.
Oh, Gabriel Moreno is the man.
He certainly is. He showed up. Ketel Marte had a big home run.
Mm-hmm.
So that was all really exciting stuff to see.
Team win.
Following along with that bet from yesterday, that was for Bobby Witt Jr. to get a double, and he ended up having 3 hits in the game. Ryan Nelson, quite frankly, did exactly what I thought he was going to do. He gave up a lot of hits. He gave up multiple doubles. He gave up a triple. the guy that we were pulling for, he had multiple hits. He just did not get the kind of hit that we needed, and the bet did lose.
Yeah, Bobby Witt Jr. 3 for 4 and got his average back up to 344 because that earlier game did him no good.
Right. And I mean, to go from getting a double in each of the 2 games in the series before, hindsight's always going to be 2020. Probably should have stuck with, something on maybe 2 hits or 3 hits, but just is what it is. At least our D-backs were able to walk away with the win and, come away with the win in the series as well.
Yeah, I mean, when it's the home team, it's not a moral victory; it's just a victory. We're happy to have it. So, what are you looking at for today? You looking at the Diamondbacks again, or are you going someplace else?
Well, our options are a little slim right now. This is another day where much of the Major League Baseball slate happened to start in the morning. So, luckily, we do have a couple of games that have not kicked off yet, and I have provided some picks for each of those games. I'll start off with the first one here that's going to be starting at about 4:10 our time, and that is a matchup between the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets. This is kind of an interesting dynamic that's going on. I don't know if you guys have paid attention, but the Braves can't seem to get an actual game played. The rain does not want them to be playing. They've had 3 games get postponed since the All-Star break. 2 of those games have been postponed over the last 2 days. They were supposed to play doubleheaders to make up for previous rain delays, and the rain just does not stop falling in Georgia. I don't know what's going on over there, but it's taken them to leave the state and get to New York to finally get to a place where they can play a game.
All right. So are they playing today, or are you saying
they are playing today? And what I'm getting at with all these postponements is that the Braves have not been able to get a start out of Chris Sale, their best pitcher in their rotation. Every single time he's been scheduled to go up, there's a rain delay. He gets pushed off. There's someone else from the rotation that replaces him. And quite frankly, that's a big reason why the Braves haven't been doing that well lately. They are coming into this matchup on a little bit of a losing streak here. Meanwhile, they're taking on the Mets, who have won 4 out of their last 5 and are coming off a sweep on the Yankees, as well as a good, series win over the Miami Marlins. But, at the end of the day, when I look at this game, and particularly in baseball, it's really tough to bet against elite pitching. And there's arguably been no more elite of a pitcher right now than Chris Sale. He's leading all of Major League Baseball in wins, particularly against the Mets. He's actually never lost against them his entire career. He hasn't faced them many times, but at the end of the day, the man has never lost to the New York Mets. So I look at the pitching that's going to be in this matchup. The Braves feature one of the best bullpen rotations in all of baseball. New York, quite frankly, is going to have a tough day. They're facing a team that's rested. They're facing a team that pitches extremely well. And I'm looking for the Braves to get back on track here with the win. Go ahead and place your bet on this game on Braves money line.
All right. So what's your other bet?
So the other bet here, and, again, our options are a little bit limited today. So the other game that's going on is the Oakland Athletics versus the Los Angeles Angels. This is going to be a game where we're going to see a lot of runs, a lot of scoring. The pitching matchup is not very stellar. You've got Ross Stripling going for the Oakland Athletics today. He's currently got a 1-9 record overall with a 5.82 ERA. And he'll be pitching against Kenny Rosenberg from the Los Angeles Angels. Kenny Rosenberg appears to have 2 previous starts in all of Major League Baseball, no recorded wins or losses, and a 6.3 ERA. So on paper, I look at that as, this is going to be a scoring bonanza. Now you factor in Oakland Athletics being the absolute hottest team in Major League Baseball throughout July. I put quite a few statistics on the 1580fanatic.com website, so go ahead and check that out. But my pick in this game is going to be for the starting left fielder for the Oakland Athletics, Miguel Andujar, to get at least 1 hit. And we're setting the bar a little bit low today because the fourth dimension needs a win, and I'm really determined to deliver it here.
Mm-hmm.
So look to bet on Miguel Andujar for the Oakland Athletics to get 1 or more hits in this game.
Well, even if you get these wins, I'm sorry, it's probably too late for Monkey Puncher. She says, after this week's bad run of luck in picks by my dreamboat, Dylan Cohen, I think my infatuation is over. Plus, I met a new guy this week. Wow,
I feel like the second reason is the real reason. but-
probably the best news you could ever heard, to be honest.
I'm flattered by all the kind sentiments from Monkey Punch, but I'm also happy to hear that there's someone else in your life, and you can't spend all your time just waiting on someone to come by. So if you found someone, then you got to see that through. So I'm happy for you there.
Dylan, can I just give you some advice? You're a younger guy. Right there, you shouldn't have said anything. You should have said, "That's nice," and then not said another thing. Because now you've sounded very cool. You're like, "Hey, that's really great and gracious," and then she's gonna go, "Oh no, maybe I've made a mistake." You know what I'm saying? Once you shake off a stage 5 clinger, you don't pick it back up, Dylan.
At the end of the day here, Jeffrey, this is all just a big game that we're playing, right? So, I know, I know.
Unless you have an actual stalker, in which case,
text, like I said, but at the end of the day, I got to keep my options open too.
No, glimmers of hope for Monkey Puncher, I guess. Booger Wolf wants to know, hey Jeffrey, what time will your aunt be starting her deadlift competition for the Olympics? If she was still alive, she probably actually could have done well. But that's not what we're here for. All right. So Dylan Cohen beating the book. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. Look over on the right side. Click on that Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen graphic, and you'll get some more in-depth information. The thinking behind the bets that he shares with us here every day at 3:20. Any last thoughts before we cut you loose?
Yeah, just one more thing. With these picks today, my recommendation is to actually parlay them together. If you do that, I found on FanDuel, they were offering just a little bit over 1.5 to 1 odds. So if you combine Atlanta Braves money line with Miguel Andujar 1+ hits as a 2-leg parlay, you should be able to get a nice little return on something that is relatively low risk. So we're gunning for 2 wins today, and then that'll get me back up to, I think, 3 and 4 on the week before Friday's picks.
Okay, well, here's open. And I told you, Dylan. Yep. Monkey Puncher's back. Mm-hmm. She says, that's very sweet of you, Dylan. I have only gone out twice with this new guy, and he's not as handsome as you are.
Well, there we go. Like I said, I got to keep my options open over here too. So, Monkey Punch doesn't like what she's seeing over there, then maybe this is something I'm gonna have to look into more. We'll see.
Oh, brother, you have no idea what you've just started.
You are entertaining this, and all
right,
I don't even know what to say.
And that's Dylan Cohen. Beat the Book. Go check it out at 1580thefanatic.com. And Dylan, we'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
All right, see you. Bye. 888-368-1580. So, yeah, it was nice to see the Arizona Diamondbacks get the W against the Kansas City Royals, and they've won that series, and now they got today off. And, now they've got Pittsburgh. How's Pittsburgh playing, by the way? Are they playing well, or is something I got to worry about? I think they're about
they're a couple of games above 500. They're behind the Diamondbacks by by half a game.
So this is important.
Yeah, so
sort of
a little bit, because that last wild card spot in the National League looks like it's going to be pretty tough to get. You've got the Braves, Padres, and Mets all sitting in those 3 spots, and I think if you're the Diamondbacks, you're a game back of the Mets. See if you can get in there.
Yeah, I mean, what is the date where you have to really start worrying about that? You know what I mean? The date where, because I feel like we're still a bit early to get too concerned with jockeying for position.
Yeah, I think this is still the time where you're trying to focus on you, try to win as many games as you can. But yeah, there is going to be a point where if you're out of that wild card spot, or if you start a losing streak near that wild card spot. If you remember last year, that actually did happen to the Diamondbacks. They just could not seem to get enough wins, and somebody else had to lose for the Diamondbacks to get in before they went on that run to the World Series. So we're not there.
We got lucky.
We're not, I mean, you got lucky, but that's part of sports. Like you won enough games and they lost enough games, you got in. So focus on you, focus on getting as many wins as possible and stockpiling those, so that if things go sideways at a certain point, you're ready.
So I'm looking at the schedule. You got a 3-game series with Pittsburgh starting on Friday. After that, the Juggernauts got the Washington Nationals. And then after that,
really ought to win that series.
Pittsburgh again. So we got 6 out of the next 9 games is Pittsburgh.
Which I think that's good. I think you want as many games for with teams that are near you so you can beat them and get that distance between you and them. And especially if there are teams that are ahead of you for that wild card, you want to beat them too so you can start to make up that ground. And there isn't much to make up. It's a bunch of teams. The teams in the wild card spots are bunched together, and then the teams that are just outside of it are right behind them, and the Diamondbacks are one.
So T-Licious says Skeens won't pitch this weekend, so the Diamondbacks dodged a bullet. And then I looked down the schedule. He's not looking to pitch. Wait, let me see here. Yeah, he's not looking to. He's not going to pitch until the last game we play against Pittsburgh on August 4th. So that's that's pretty nice.
So you've avoided. Listen, because there's
the
2 ways.
Game, yeah.
There are 2 ways this could have gone, and one way is you could have seen Skeens multiple times in the 2 series that you're going to play in. Now you're probably going to see him once, maybe.
Thanks for that tidbit there, T-Licious. That makes me feel better going into this. All right, we got to take a break. We come back, we'll pick it right back up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices. Just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams July Summer Sale and get 35% off paints and stains from July 26th through August 5th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly. Don't miss out on summer brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select, Select Pro, or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore quality braking and improve stopping performance with parts and advice from the professional parts people. Save money now when you visit O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-280-8787. That's 1-800-280-8787. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-280-8787. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
8 Out presents Terrifying Jobs. Bull Rider, take 2.
Today we're talking with Clifford Maxwell, a rodeo bullfighter. His job? Distract raging bulls from going after thrown riders.
Cliff, this seems like a really terrifying job. Why do you do it?
I love protecting the bull riders when they get bucked up.
How big are these bulls?
12 to 2,200 pounds of pure muscle.
You're not cowed by any of this, obviously. Is there anything that scares you?
Yeah, Distracted drivers terrify me.
This message is brought to you by Aon, CBA, and this station.
1580 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Your home for sports.
It's a Danny Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. T-Licious gave us some inside information on Skeens and made us all feel pretty nice about the Diamondbacks' chances against the Pirates. He says, I was hoping to see him pitch tomorrow since I'm going to the game, but he'll be around for 15 years or so I guess I'll get another chance. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Ralph Has Crabs says, dear God, Monkey Puncher and Dylan Cohen, they need to just go get a room. Sounds like they'd both be up for that. I mean, I don't know.
I didn't expect him to entertain any of that.
He is a single man, so
Yeah.
if you're a single man, you keep all your options open until
Absolutely.
they're no longer open. I guess.
I suppose I don't know. Maybe I'm just a different person. I got exclusivity, man. I gotta.
Mm-hmm.
I have to know things about a person before I think about.
Sure. Well, see, you and I both have had previous crazy girl relationships. He may not have had a crazy girl relationship before, and he also is new to this radio thing, so he might not also understand how dangerous that can be. Just, you know what I mean? So, hey, if he's up for it, I'm gonna watch. Don't make it weird, Moist One. I'm just talking about the process. Booger Wolf says it's hotter than the devil's ass crack, lathered up with some Richard Simmons hot sauce in here. All right, that's a very graphic thought, but it's not even as hot as it's been. What are you talking? It's like 102, 103. What is the temperature right now? I don't even know what the weather is.
I've got 108.
Yeah, and is it
So,
humid too? I think that's the thing.
That's the thing. It's a little humid, a little muggy. So.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give that to you, Booger Wolf. You can have that. Moist One says, would love to take Dylan Cohen out to the ball game, say Saturday. Okay, I don't think he's that up for anything, Moist One. Dylan Cohen is not into dudes as far as I know, especially since he was leaving his options open with Monkey Puncher. Brunswick guy says, hey, Keon, you know what I appreciates about you? I appreciates your high moral ground, sticking to only one woman.
Thanks.
He was just saying nice things to you.
Yeah. That's just, I guess I've just never been complimented on that before.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to be complimented on, not being
Like,
a filthy cheater.
Did you assume I would be something else?
And why did I get eliminated from the? I am a
Jeffrey's actually married.
Yeah, and I am very faithful. I don't even I don't even talk to any women. I mean, I don't ever see them. I don't. We don't have any gals working at the radio station, and I'm either there or I'm here, and yeah, so. It's not hard, but even if I was surrounded by women, I'm a very faithful dude. Bruno Baller says, in Randy's absence, I would like to do a weather update. It'll be hot and probably won't rain. Back to you, Jeffco. Thanks, Bruno Baller. You are correct. Although you might be wrong about the rain because I think it was last night. I think I got a little sprinkles out here in the East Valley. The monsoons come in. The monsoons will destroy any good weather report, and right now, as it is, from what I'm looking at, partly cloudy. And let's see, this was at least 45 minutes ago. It was like 106 over here in Queen Creek. And so if there's clouds, there's a chance for monsoons. And if there's monsoons, there's a chance for precipitation or a microburst to rip your roof off for no apparent reason. So hang in there, Bruno Baller. Wessel Grande says, Dylan Cohen seems like a gentleman with strong freak radar. Good luck with that. Moist One says, whoa, who said I was into dudes? You, a couple different occasions, and
many times
said you wanted to take Dylan Cohen to a ball game, and everything with you does come with a little kink slant to it. So Brunswick guy says, Jeffrey, you know what I appreciate about you? Staying married to only one woman. I'm not Mormon. And even when you were a young, handsome-looking devil. Wait, I'm not ugly now.
Back when you used to be handsome. Now, that's it feels like a backhanded compliment.
You go from being a handsome young fella to being a silver fox, if you're lucky. That's what Radio Ron did. And, that's what I aspire to do. I'm in that awkward stage right now. You know what I mean? I'm in that awkward stage between, that and that.
Yeah. Happens a few times in your life because you get the first one when you're done being a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
You get to be a cute little kid, and then puberty happens. You're just weird.
Yeah.
And then you're an adult. And
Yeah.
then you look like whatever an attractive adult looks like. And then there's that weird period, and then you hope for silver fox status.
It's just a whole series of awkward. That's life. And Brunswick guy also appreciates my comedic chops. Well, thank you, Brunswick guy. I appreciate all that unnecessary compliment stuff. Listen, here's something that made me very happy. I think you can already guess what that is. Don't care about the Mets. Just don't. I don't even care about the Mets. But then when they beat the Yankees 2 games in a row and crushed them last night 12-3 so badly that they are falling apart. The Yankees, they're just losing their bleep. And yes, so thank you to Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, and Tyrone Taylor, all of you guys, and thank you to Garrett Cole too for giving those home runs up. That was just a fun thing. So thank you, Mets. Appreciate you very much. 12-3 beat down on the New York Yankees.
It's got to feel good. The other thing with the Yankees, because the Yankees are weird.
Yeah.
Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Mhm.
Could potentially be moved at the trade deadline,
Mhm.
and the Yankees are interested.
Of course,
because he's a good baseball player.
They'll spend money on anything.
But they're worried he's not going to fit in with the culture of their locker room. He doesn't seem to want to shave his facial hair, which is a big thing for the Yankees. Got to do that.
So
the
dumb.
Yankees are actually not going to get a good baseball player
Mhm.
if that guy is unwilling to shave his face.
The Yankees
They would rather
deserve it.
lose baseball games.
Yes, they deserve to lose because of this.
Just how can I look at you and see anything but a deeply unserious organization? What am I supposed to do with that?
That is such an old, dumb thing. Hamilton Porter says, first time the Mets have swept the season series in like a decade. Well, the difficulty bar was lowered when it was only 2 games. I don't even feel comfortable saying, hey, we swept them when it was only a 2-game series. Unless have they beat them every game they've played them so far? I didn't actually look at that. Is that what you're trying to say? Or is this just the only 2 games they've played them? There might be some context to that I am missing. So if they did beat them for the season, that makes me even happier. Why? Because it makes the Yankees unhappy. Why? I hate the Yankees. I hate them so much. Just with a white, hot, burning sun full of absolute hate. Hamilton Porter says, sorry, the season series. Yeah, well, we're still got to look up this. We got to look this up here. So far, you're right. Let's see. Win.
No, I don't think they've beaten the Mets this year.
I think you're right. There it is.
They are
First
they are
half,
en
second
route to be swept swept for the season.
How many more games do the Mets have to play the Yankees?
I don't think it's too many more because they're
You're right,
different leagues.
They beat them 4 times. I'm scrolling through to make
I
sure
know.
that was it. 4 times.
I think that's it.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Up yours, Yankees. Oh, go Mets. Go good for you, Mets, that I don't care about anymore after this moment.
I mean, I don't like the Mets.
Thank
but
you.
As long as they don't win a World Series or something, I don't know. I'm not.
Thank you. But they can rot in hell. The Mets can die on fire as of August 27th. But until then, thank you. Thank you, Mets. I'm very, I just feel a heart full of gratitude right now for the Mets. T-Licious says, yep, they swept them all 4 games, Jeffrey. See, that's a sweep. I mean, they did take some time off in between. I consider that one series. You know what I mean? We got 2 games over here. We got 2 games over there.
Yeah, because it's like,
come on.
Yeah, it's a total of 4 games.
I just wanted to bask in the glow of this Yankees loss for a moment. I'll just be honest. Just feels good.
and it does. I know because of my family that live in New York. I know it bothers Yankee fans whenever they lose the Subway Series to the Mets. Just
you know what I would do?
It really bothers them.
Mm-hmm. If there was somebody around that I knew that was a Mets fan, I would buy them a Subway sub today.
Well, we get used to no one. So
here you go, pal. Here you go. Shut up. Anyway, so hooray. That's all I got to say about that. This was pretty funny, though. Remember when the Red Sox, Reese McGuire, got arrested for spanking a monkey in a parking lot back in 2020?
Mm-hmm.
When they played the Braves, they played Michael Jackson's Beat It when he came out. And so you think, okay, well, maybe people will forget 4 years later, but the Rockies, Cal Quantrill, he goes, hey, why don't you go, I can't say what he said. Why don't you go spank that monkey in the effing parking lot? And it almost became a brawl. And I was like, God, I love this. Because Reese McGuire deserves to hear that for the rest of his life. If you get arrested in a parking lot playing a little personal tug of war, you deserve to be made fun of for it.
Yeah. You couldn't wait till you got home?
That is the thing. I'm not going to try. I don't want to know his reasoning. I don't want to know his thought process.
Well, the reason why I asked is because I am making maybe a bold assumption. There's no good answer to that question. Obviously, you could have waited till you got home, you weirdo.
You don't have to get all touchy-feely in the parking lot. You don't have to sit there making mad, passionate love to yourself while people can see through your car window, you freak. I'm surprised he's back in baseball, to be honest.
I mean,
Reese McGuire.
He got arrested. I mean, he already had everything legally thrown at him. They're not going to ban him from baseball for being a creep.
Oh, there's actually, I left off part of the quote. Go spank the monkey in the effing parking lot, you dumb F. Just, I don't know why it happened.
And then the bench is cleared, and it's the...
Oh, here's why. I think they caught a pop. He did a pop-up. They caught it, and then he yelled at him after he caught it. And then he tried to fight him. Oh, that was funny. That's awesome. They didn't fight. There wasn't, but it almost got there. It almost got there.
The picture that Major League Baseball has for Reese McGuire, he looks exactly like the guy who would do that.
Oh, could you send that on the text line so I can see what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I only see the picture of him sitting in the back of the cop car after he got arrested for it.
Just the standard, his headshot for Major League Baseball this season. He looks like a creep. He looks like exactly the guy who did what he did. It's unbelievable.
Why are they letting him still play? I feel like that's the thing where you're like, yeah, maybe you should go home.
I don't know how much time he missed initially, but
you could say it's a victimless crime. Except for whoever had to see it.
Yeah. Which, as long as it wasn't a kid.
And
I
that becomes a problem.
Yeah. So if it wasn't that, I have trouble saying like you've got to kick him out forever. Like I think he was suspended.
So I guess he cut a plea deal with the prosecutors. And now he's like, okay, can we just forget that? No, we really can't.
The prosecutors will. The rest of us will not.
Moist One says, I have to do that before going into the Dollar Tree sometimes. Otherwise, I'm always looking for supplies to put in between the couch cushions. Shout out to JD Vance, by the way. Thank you, Moist Moment. I don't even know what that story is about yet,
I don't either,
but I already love it. I got to look that up. I seen some references, like some people saying, hey, I'm going to go to a convention wearing this old couch jersey to a rally. I'm like, what is that even about? I don't even know the story. Don't send me links. I'll find it myself. There's 1 hour down, 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare, and that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Mom, it's school shopping time.
On it. Ooh, Target has select supplies like crayons and glue sticks for 25 cents, plus markers for 50 cents.
Next, my new Rockstar vibe means new clothes.
Ooh, totally. These graphic tees are $6 and made to last.
And a strawberry lunch bag to match my sweet personality.
Got it. And it's only $5. Let's get your favorite Good and Gather snacks. They're now at a new lower price.
Best team ever.
When it comes to low prices, Target has your back to school.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-8787. That's 1-800-280-8787. Or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-280-8787. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. He might be back tomorrow. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And we were talking about that Reese McGuire thing, and, then somebody brought up J.D. Vance, and I was like, yeah, what is that all about? I keep hearing what that is all about. So I was brave, and I Googled it, and I got to tell you, it is not a great start to any sort of campaign, no matter what, when the first thing when you Google somebody's name is J.D. Vance did not have sex with couches. Like, okay, so I didn't ask, but now you have decided that's the most important thing that I need to know about him, Google. And so I guess because it turns out it's a hoax, a big old joke that somebody came up with about him. And, they just made it up. It wasn't even real. But boy, that thing took off like wildfire. People saying like, well, we got to keep him out of the Oval Office. And they showed a picture of all the couches.
And because the thing with him, it is his face. He just when you say, "Oh yeah, did you know that JD Vance that guy has sex with couches?" When you see his face,
you can see. Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's true. He just has the face of a guy who would do that.
So, there's all sorts of stuff about the guy. Like I don't know if it's true or not. Did he change his name a bunch of times? I think that's kind of odd, especially for somebody who might be the president of the United States someday. But I ain't going to get into this. We're not trying to get political, but I just thought, So this is a guy, if you walk through a furniture store, just, walk ahead of him. Don't look back.
Just keep walking briskly.
Just, let him do his thing. Maybe don't even go in there with him. Just saying. 888-368-1580. Did I do all the things? I think I did all the things. Did I say all the things? I don't know. I'm very, very tired today.
Yeah.
Bebo,
relatable.
The dog, woke me up a bunch of times last night and was like, I got to go outside. And I'm like, all right, fine, calm down. And then I couldn't go back to sleep. You ever have that thing where it's like 4 a.m, something's woke you up and you're lying there trying to sleep. And then you remember, man, why did I say that dumb thing to that girl in 6th grade? Why did I say that? Why would I have to say that? And you just like in your head, you can't go to sleep. That's what happened to me. I'm exhausted. I'm very tired. But old Bebo, is always like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. And here's the thing. He's a liar. And here he comes. Yeah, you're a liar. And you're a selfish bastard, too. Sorry. No, because he doesn't care if I've slept well or not. He's just like, hey. And he's like, he has a thing he does like, he like talks. And he'll start like, and to get me to get up. And so we go out there and I open up the doggy door and he goes out. I don't even open up the blinds because I know what he knows what he's supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to do. And so here's the drill. I open up the doggy door. He goes outside. I go straight to the bathroom because I'm like, I'm awake. I better make good use of it because then maybe I don't wake up later having to go to the bathroom. I do my thing and we always meet at the stairs. Perfect timing. And we go back up together. We have it down like clockwork, And then I walk back to the stairs. He's not at the stairs. Then I look out the blinds. He's sitting out in the middle of the yard waiting for somebody to come play with him. Like, dude, it's 3 a.m. Get in here.
Puppies are insane.
No, but he's just sitting there because that's how he acts when he's waiting for Buddy to come out and play with him. And then occasionally start barking in the yard to get Buddy to come run out and play with him. He was in, I think it's time to play. This is a good time to play position at 3 a.m. You selfish son of a bitch. Anyway, he's sitting right there. Buddy is sitting right there. And every time I give Bebo a hard time, Buddy thinks I'm talking to him too. Even if I'm not looking at him, he'll go, sorry. I don't mean to be like this. Now they're just splayed out on the floor, just lying there. You lucky bastards. I got to work for a living. Yeah, they don't even look at me when I say that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Pinocchio says, I heard he was just checking his oil. What? Oh, you're talking about Reese McGuire. Chief Skull says, my dog wakes me up every morning between 3:30 a.m. and 4 a.m. And she talks too. She's hyper as hell. Yeah, I gotta put an end to this. I'm being awfully nice to him since he about died the other day. But my niceness is about to wear off if I don't get some sleep. Average Joe says, the dude had sex with couches? That must be why my grandma always kept her couch covered in plastic. Dirty, dirty grandpa. Again, that was just a hoax, and it's just one of those things that stuck. Completely unfair to this person. But this person has plenty of other things that ain't great that you should take a look at. But yeah, that's his thing. So that's unfair to him. But Reese McGuire absolutely earned all the crap he gets for his little parking lot dalliance. Last Optimist says, had to put our 2 labs in kennels at night. Otherwise, they'd start wrestling at 2 a.m. and want to go play outside. Well, Bebo is that kind of dog where he would. But Buddy, when it's bedtime, man, he has one of them big old comfy beds. And here's what it is. From the master bedroom, if you walk down the little hallway towards the bathroom, there are 2 little walk-in closets on either side. So they have like their own bedrooms right across from each other, because I put a dog bed in one for Bebo and a dog bed in one for Buddy. So they actually sleep across the hall and they sit there and look at each other out the door. But so far yet, Bebo has not like messed around because Buddy, he's like, it's sleep time. I'm here. You stay away from me. He doesn't mess with, he loves his sleep time. He hates going to bed, but once he's in there, you'll never get him out. So so far they've never tried to wrestle in the middle of the night. Good God, if they do, I'll create one of them. I ain't putting up with that. But I have a feeling Buddy would just be like, because he's like, get away from me, I'm sleeping. So Buddy and I, man, we're like spirit animals, as far as needing to sleep. But then again, I'm also an early riser, so that's me and Bebo as well. Anyways, no point. 888-368-1580. So let's move on from the baseball stuff. Can't believe we talked most of an hour about baseball.
Without Randy, no less, who is normally the guy who carries us through most baseball conversations.
Shocking. Yeah. So let's move over to the Suns. The old Woj had another Suns post. He says James Posey is joining the Phoenix Suns as an assistant coach. If you remember him from his 12-year playing career, had coaching stops with your Wizards and the Cavaliers. So tell me about James Posey as far as, what his specialty, because it seems like the Suns are picking up a bunch of assistants. And I know Budenholzer being a new coach, that's normal.
Yeah, you're filling out your coaching staff, and that's part of the process of it. And another reason why you want a Mike Budenholzer, because he's incredibly well connected in NBA circles. That's, if there's an argument against JJ Redick, that would be it. It's just that like the guy wasn't in basketball coaching, so you might know a lot of people in the NBA, but knowing a lot of people in coaching circles, that's a different thing. James Posey's been doing that for a little while now, and as far as him as a coach, he's been on multiple levels. He's been on the G League level. He's been on the NBA level. You mentioned the Wizards, also the coaching with the Cavs back in that 2014, 2019 range when LeBron was there, essentially. Mm-hmm. So the guy's coached winning basketball teams. He's coached teams that haven't done nearly as much winning, and he's coached at the G League level. So like he's got a variety of experience. He can work with players of different kinds of levels. I think he's a good addition to the staff. And anytime you can get a coach who also had NBA experience and had a successful NBA career, which I would call any career that you play, double-digit years,
right? 12 years,
Then to me, you managed to be in the sport long enough. I think that he's going to be a perfect addition to what they're doing.
Hefty Lefty says, good defender on the ball and off the ball. Of course, coaching wise, I have no idea. He says. Big George says, I love all the baseball and Diamondback talk. If you did an entire show on baseball, I'd be in heaven. That will never happen. That will never happen, George. I like baseball. That's the thing. It was funny. In the past, different co-hosts and different people on the show, I was always like, I'm happy to talk about baseball. I got no problem taking baseball, but not everybody always want to talk baseball. And sometimes we talk baseball, we get text people going, boring. I'm like,
that's happened before. Yeah.
What the hell, man?
You can't make everybody happy. Mm-hmm. If you talk basketball, there are people who are like, I don't watch the NBA, talk something else. We talked football. We had people that didn't like that when it was basketball season. It's just you can't make everybody happy.
I don't even care to. To hell with you all.
Yeah.
I'm making me happy. If you get happy along with it, great. If not, turn the dial. I don't care. 888-368-1580. Last Optimist says, my cousin saw some hair gel stuck to the headrest on the couch. Gave grandma a hard time for not keeping a clean house. Grandma took a look and loudly said, somebody's been having sex on my couch. Was it you? Oh my God. What did she think that was? Okay. She saw something about Mary, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Les Optimus. 888-368-1580. So Kevin Pelton is a senior writer on the ESPN. So take this for what it's worth, because I feel like if he was any good at anything, he wouldn't be on ESPN. Okay, and I got to take that back because
they do pay well.
Well, Josh
so,
Weinfuss is over there for the Cardinals. Yeah. We like him.
And when you, especially the ESPN beat writers, so the guys who are usually with some local team, those guys are usually really good because they're not in Bristol in that giant machine. It's, you're covering the team like you normally would. You're just reporting to ESPN.
So he did a thing where he graded the off-season activity of the NBA teams. And so I was like, well, let's see what he says about the Suns. So here I'm going to read you what he says about the Suns. And I think this is one of these guys who gave everybody a higher grade than maybe they deserved because he doesn't want to piss anyone off and lose access, because you know how that kind of goes. So take it with a grain of salt, but let's see if we agree with some of his thinking. He gave the Phoenix Suns a B grade for the off-season activity, a B. Said with limited flexibility due to second apron restrictions, the Suns did a solid job of working around the edges this offseason. Owner Matt Ishbia's willingness to spend allowed Phoenix to extend starter Grayson Allen, re-sign reserves Royce O'Neal and Josh Okogie, the latter to a trade-friendly deal. Working with the minimum, the Suns filled a need at backup point guard with a reliable veteran, Monty Morris, and added Mason Plumlee as a reserve center. I also like Phoenix adding extra second-round picks by trading down from number 22 to 28 before taking Virginia forward Ryan Dunn. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Do you think that's really B worthy?
Yeah. I mean, granted, he's not grading them on should they have blown their entire team up and started over. He's saying Ishbia, this is what he wants. So they're sticking with it. Did they do a good job of sticking with it? And James Jones didn't do a good job of sticking with it. He did a great job of sticking with it. But
I got a question. He said they filled a need with a backup point guard. Who?
Monte Morris. Monte Morris has been he's kind of a journeyman at this point. He
was a forward.
No,
he's one of the Morris twins, right?
No, different Morris. Those are Marcus and Marquise.
Oh,
Monte Morris is a completely different human being, unrelated in every way.
That's you can see how I'd make that mistake. And he one of those Morris guys used to be on the Phoenix Suns. So
yeah, I don't think either of them.
Oh, I'm glad it's not him
anytime soon. Yeah.
No, thank God it's not
Morris
him.
is a completely different guy.
All right, so if it's Monte Morris, who's the other point guard? If he's the backup, who's the starter? That's the thing. The term backup says, oh, you had a starter. We did not. Unless you're saying it's Devin Booker or somebody else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm guessing that that's where we're going with that.
Get your information right, Kevin Pelton.
I don't think
we don't have a point guard. That's a problem we got.
Well, it depends. If the coach says one of those guys is the point guard, either Booker or Beal, then they're the point guard. That's just the way that it works. I think that either way, Morris is a good pickup. I also like the draft move. Ryan Dunn is a really good player. I got to watch a little bit of him in summer league. Like the way the guy plays, man. His scoring is better than I thought it would be. The defense is everything that it was advertised to be. And then to pick up Iguodala, who also played pretty well in summer league, I think that that's also a great move.
I'm looking now at the Phoenix Suns current roster, and there's only one PG on the entire bunch. That's it. One. We got one point guard. So is he a starter? Is he going to start with the big three? Is it going to be Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, the string bean, Kevin Durant? Sorry. I got to try to remember.
And by the way, Kevin Durant has finally embraced the nickname he's been running from forever, the Slim Reaper.
Slim Reaper, yes. So, okay, so does that mean Monte Morris is a starter? Because who else? Is you going to throw Grayson Allen out there too? You're going to throw
Grayson Allen will probably will probably start. I think that the projected starter there at point guard is in fact Devin Booker.
I'm looking at him. It says shooting guard. Shooting guard.
That is mostly what he plays. I'm just looking at the projected starter for next year.
I'd be like, I'm going to need a raise. You're going to want me to play another position. I'm going to need a raise.
I just hope we see an improvement from that last year, where there were Booker possessions where he just decided he was going to keep the ball and take over the game that way. And it's like, well, if you're the point guard, sometimes the correct decision is keep the ball. Sometimes the correct decision is find who's open.
You almost have to start Monty Morris and Yusuf Nurkic and then the big three. You almost have to do that.
Well, yeah. If that's how Budenholzer wants to do it, if Budenholzer wants to stick to Devin Booker being the point guard, then that is exactly what is happening.
It's a bad idea.
I don't disagree, but if that's the move there,
I'm ready to yell at the guy, and he hasn't done anything yet.
And I'm not going to sit there and say to Mike Budenholzer, don't try what you want to try to start the season. You're the guy who was brought in here to be the offensive coach, because the last guy was bad at coaching offense.
All right. Well, we got our eyes on you there, pal. We're watching you, Budenholzer, because this do you think nothing's going to happen now, right? We're done. There's no more moves. There's no more trades.
No. Morris pretty much rounded out the last roster spot. Yeah. And if there's going to be a trade, I literally don't know how they do it.
No, I do. Okay, so do we need David Roddy and his almost $3 million contract?
Yeah, he's a bench guy.
We'll get rid of him. And
for what?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
You can't combine contracts.
No. Here's what you do.
Being about the second.
You get rid of a couple of the smaller guys, you get one good guy, and there you go.
How would you get rid of a couple of the smaller guys? You can't combine their contracts in a trade.
I just got this problem on my desk just now. Okay. I didn't need a minute with it, but I feel like the answer is, okay, do we need Okogie? Do we need Roddy?
You absolutely do need Josh Okogie. Yeah.
Okay, hold on then. Dude, I don't know how much some of these other guys are making, because it doesn't say.
This is your bench. These
we
guys
give
are
up a couple of guys in the bench. Get us another point guard.
You can't.
We got enough forwards.
You do have enough forwards, but
get rid of a couple.
But you can't afford to. All
right, Thaddeus Young and his $638,000. Get the hell out of here. Wait, did we just draft him?
I think he was a drafted free agent.
I don't know. Listen,
this is the roster you have. And
I'm just saying we need a point guard. We don't need all these other guys.
I understand that, but
they ain't winning us nothing.
But let's see what Budenholzer does that's different than what Vogel did. Let's at least see if he can do something with what's here.
My idiot dog is chasing his tail. He's fine. He's completely 100% recovered.
He's healed.
He's caught his tail, and now he's arguing with it. You realize that's you, right? That's part of you. Yeah, that's you. Idiot. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we got some other NBA things, and we'll get to your text on the text line. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock, and we cut to size fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast, so you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harman Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmansolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmansolar.com.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams July summer sale and get 35% off paints and stains from July 26th through August 5th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Mom, it's school shopping time.
On it. Ooh, Target has select supplies like crayons and glue sticks for 25 cents, plus markers for 50 cents.
Next, my new Rockstar vibe means new clothes.
Ooh, totally. These graphic tees are $6 and made to last.
And a strawberry lunch bag to match my sweet personality.
Got it. And it's only $5. Let's get your favorite Good and Gather snacks. They're now at a new lower price.
Best team ever.
When it comes to low prices, Target has your back to school.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. We're talking about the Suns, and it's Kevin Pelton from the ESPN who gave them a grade on their off-season work, said they got a B. I'm saying, where's the point guard, man? Slideshow Bob says, we want a ring. KD better give us one. He is the leader. Well, yeah, that's what you hope for, but,
Yeah.
you know.
Look, all I know is Mike Budenholzer is a human being who took a team with no stars on it to an Eastern Conference Finals. This team has 3 stars.
Mm-hmm.
If he thinks he can get it done with one of them playing point guard, I'll trust him until it's proven not to work.
Yeah, I got you.
That's just, but in terms of the moves that they made this offseason, they did the best with what they could. They didn't reach for a point guard. Like Kyle Lowry would have made sense. He would be a point guard, and then you could give yourself a nice pat on the back for saying, we went out and got a point guard this offseason. Kyle Lowry's knees do not work. So it wouldn't have been a good signing, but it would have made everybody happy because there's the position that needed to be filled. They
I don't want a good signing. I want smart signings. And
Well,
I
they
wanted
did
a
that.
smart
They
signing
went
of
best-
a good point guard.
Yeah, but they went best guys available. There
I hear
weren't the point guards that were available this offseason, they couldn't afford given the restrictions that they had.
Mhm.
And that's why the grade is the grade that they had, because everybody knows where the Suns are. They are over the second apron of the luxury tax, which means there's 1.5 million things they simply cannot do that other teams can do. So they made the best of the draft and made sure to get 2 guys who fit where they're trying to be. They tried to make use of the guys that came out of the draft that were unsigned free agents. They did that very well. And yeah, they overpaid for some guys. They overpaid, I think, for Royce O'Neal. I think they paid accurately, honestly, for Grayson Allen, but it was still a lot of money because you're allowed to pay your own guys a regular contract. What you can't do is go out and pay outside free agents a ton of money. And so they did the best with what they could this offseason. And so if you're going to give the front office a grade, they went out and got the best available players that they could sign.
Shouldn't we dock them a little bit on the points because of being in this predicament?
Not really, because if you're judging the front office, Matt Ishbia owns the team, and if he says to the front office, that's what I want, you're stuck doing what your boss wants. The last place I worked at, our boss asked for all kinds of unreasonable things all the time. And you just try to do it because that's what he wants to do. I think if this doesn't work out, it's on Ishbia more than it's on James Jones. He wanted this, and now we're here.
T. Leisure says old Monty Morris will never start. So I assume that's why the guy from Espen said he's a backup. I hear you. Chief Skull says, oh, no, not again. Am I going to get your number and email again, Jeffrey? Well, don't do that. Oh, because you said stop. Yeah, he what? Oh, when he typed in starting point guard and it said welcome back to 1580 Fags. Even though he had never left. I have to call those people and say, what's going on with you? Hefty Lefty says, I didn't realize the Suns got Thaddeus Young. You'd think the vet minimum would be more than 700,000 when you got 17 seasons under your belt. Is that 6'8" Thaddeus Young? You're right. He was drafted in 2007. It's that Thaddeus Young.
He is right now. He is the number one. I can't believe he's still in the league all-star. I can't believe he's still in the league. I forgot he existed.
Thaddeus, nothing personal, but we could use that $500,000. Just saying, because,
but you can't. Like, the thing is, paying an outside point guard is gonna be more than that if you want anybody good. The $500,000 doesn't help you because they weren't restricted in terms of the amount of money they have left to spend. They're over that limit by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They are restricted by you offer veteran minimums. That's what you're allowed to offer to players. And who are you going to get that's going to take a veteran minimum that you would also start?
Do you need Mason Plumlee?
Again, you do.
Even though you've got Nurkic and you got Bobo?
Yeah.
So how can you unload Bobo?
Because there are times where Bobo's just not playable. Unload him. Unload him to do what?
I'm trying to get a point guard, damn it.
It's not. I'm trying to explain to you. It's not going to get you the point guard.
Well, how much does a point guard cost me?
I agree with you. I empathize with you. But
how much does the point guard cost?
More than a veteran minimum salary, which is what you would be allowed to offer.
Okay, so if I take his
if
$2 million,
you could drop 5 guys on this team, you would still only be allowed to offer that. It's not about how much you have. It's how much does the rule say you can even offer, and that's all you are allowed to offer. If you had 7 people on your team, that's not enough at all. But you had but you were somehow paying them to be over the second apron of the tax brat, the luxury tax.
Listen, don't act
only
like
be offering them the minimum.
Don't act like no other team has a guy for $47 million and a guy for 36 and a guy for $48 million. Don't act like that never happens.
Well,
okay, that never happens.
Ever since the new CBA, the Suns are the only team that are built like that. And then that was a direct result of Matt Ishbia came in. He saw the new CBA was coming. It had not been ratified yet. And he made that move to bring in Bradley Beal before that the CBA got ratified. So literally
$6.7 million.
Is just the Suns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big George says, don't worry, Suns won't win a ring anytime soon. Hey, why are you going to be that way? He says they need to tear it down, get rid of Booker, KD, and Bradley Beal. Oh, I disagree. Build up from the draft like Oklahoma City, Boston Celtics, Denver Nuggets, Milwaukee Bucks. This current roster will not get it done, even if God Almighty himself coached the team. Well, that's not true. But here's the other thing, George. We had a nicely drafted team. We had a nicely built up from the bottom sort of team. And we sent them away for KD. We sent them away for other things. So I was kind of bummed to see those guys go, and I would have loved to have seen what kind of shape we'd be in had that not happened. But there's the win now or the win later thing. And, well,
yeah,
when you're trying to win now.
When your coach shows up and he has a win now edict and he says that money is no object, I will spend whatever it takes. This is how you get here. I don't know how much forcing that in the NBA actually works. A number of the teams that have tried have not succeeded.
Sideshow Bob says, help me out. Please explain how it's hard switching positions in the NBA. The NFL does it at a high rate. Not saying the success rate's high, but geez, is it a mind thing? These guys play their position the entire time. And I don't know. I feel like because the point guard is a very specific thing. This guy has to be used to running the offense, and it's like being a quarterback. It's like going from, hey, wide receiver, we need you to be the quarterback. You understand kind of how it goes, but you haven't been doing it.
Yeah, and we've seen it happen a couple times. Like, remember during COVID, you had that one Broncos wide receiver who had to, because a number of Broncos quarterbacks got COVID, got pressed into service, and he had to go out there and be the quarterback. How did that look? How did that go? You can play multiple positions, but the multiple positions have to be inside of your skill set. So you can't play quarterback if you're a wide receiver mostly. You can throw a pass here and there on a trick play, but I wouldn't trust you to run our entire offense for a full game, much less a full season. Devin Booker's skill set, it has a lot of great things in it. But from what we've seen so far, the court vision, the ability to find players before they become open, that stuff takes practice. You have to play like that your entire life. That's what makes people like Jokic so annoying, because that passing ability is usually the skill set of a smaller player, and he has it as a bigger player. But you wouldn't ask a talented point guard to be a center. Why? Because he's too small. Like, that's not his skill set. So you have to ask people to do what their skills actually entail. And in the NFL, they don't do that either. There are players who actually struggle playing tackle that are great at guard. Their arms aren't long enough to be a tackle, but that doesn't mean that they're not strong. That doesn't mean that they're not powerful, that they're not willing to go block at multiple levels. You're just asking people to do what's inside their skill set.
If only it were easy. Well, okay. Let's move on. There's another coach that got himself paid. Now maybe he can finally finish with the hair plugs. Tom Thibodeau has agreed to a 3-year extension. He's like, I don't know. Did he run out of the room while they were doing it? Because it just didn't take very well for him,
I don't think that there are hair plugs there. I think that man is just allowing himself to bald. And
that is not normal to have. You're either gone or he has like it's like, I don't even know how to explain.
Yeah, how do you explain it? It's thinning from the middle.
It's
and
not
the edges.
Right. Something happened there. Something has happened there.
And he is not the kind of person who cares that deeply about his appearance. And so
shave it because it's distracting the rest of us.
He could just say, hey, you know what? This is not happening. I can comb it over as much as I'd like. It's not happening.
But it doesn't help that he puts gel in it or something. So now it's like all greasy looking too.
And you can more clearly see where there is not hair. That's the problem that I have with it, is that the gel actually makes it more obvious that it's thinning.
Yeah, I don't know how much money he's getting, but I hope to hell he can.
He uses some of it
just something.
Either add hair or lose hair, but this in between state where you've got sort of some of the hair on the top of your head, but not all of it, and then some of it on the back of your head, but not all of it, and then like in the middle of your head, there's even less, but it's not zero. It's patchy. His hair is patchy.
Very distracting. But Tom Thibodeau for the Knicks got a 3-year extension. Do you like this for the Knicks, or is this like, what the hell are you guys doing?
No, I like this for the Knicks. Yeah, I mean, the Knicks have been a much better basketball team since he took over as coach. He is a brilliant defensive coach, and they've given him a lot of guys who can score and get their own shot, which I think is the thing you pair with a Tom Thibodeau team. They play hard on defense. He does have a tendency to kind of run guys into the ground, but when they're healthy, his teams work. His teams really do.
All right, yeah, they've gone 175 and 143 since he was hired 4 years ago, and had the last couple seasons were pretty good. So he's the 5th winningest head coach in franchise history. After you know who the big ones were? Go ahead, guess who some of the big ones were for the Knicks.
Oh man, Pat Riley.
That's one.
Can't.
Jeff Van Gundy.
Yeah, wow.
Joe Lapchick.
I would not have guessed that one.
Red Holzman.
Also would not have guessed that.
I think we've gone back to like the 40s.
Yeah, because the Knicks were bad for a very long time in between that.
So all right. Good news for the Knicks there. I saw something on CBS sports.com by Sam Quinn. Now, he was just supposing saying, well, now they got this new $76 billion TV deal. Maybe that is a good opportunity to shorten the season. Well, everybody's like, what are you talking about? They'll never do that. They never go backwards. They don't want to give up money.
Because he's saying with the money per game, the players would be on board with that. But yeah, no, I don't think they want to go backwards in games.
The players might, but the teams won't.
Yeah, the organizations absolutely do not want to do that because the amount of money they can make per night is not connected to the TV money. The TV money, is just more money. And what he's seeing it as is if you use the TV money to, supplement some of that missing income, then you can reduce the number of games and you don't have to worry about stuff like load management. You could just play less games and space them out more, which would make sense. But
the teams who would do that for quality, then we'd all win. But the teams won't because they like money.
Yeah. You're asking them to take less. And there are some teams, it probably won't affect their bottom line as much, like, the Lakers, the Knicks, big market teams. But you look at teams like the Spurs, the Bucks, they're not Orlando. They're not doing this. That's most of the team.
Well, he had a plan to have a total of 73 games total. I mean, that's in, everything. Here's what he said. So if you do it this way, each team plays a home and home against every other team in the NBA, regardless of conference affiliation. And that's 62 games right there. The NBA would realign its divisions so that each conference contains 4 divisions with 4 teams. Each teams that share a division would play each other 4 times in total, with 2 games at each team's home stadium. The idea here would be foster geographic rivalries while minimizing travel. So there, now you get up to 68 games. And then he says the in-season tournament would be reformatted as a single elimination tournament. The loser brackets, there would be after every round. So I'm not going to get into that because I don't care about season tournament. But with all the little tournament thingies now, he's like 73 games. So there you go. That's your season. 73 games before you go into, what are we at now? 87 in the regular season?
In the regular season, 82.
82.
And it's been that way for so long that there are a lot of, legends of the game that are like, no, what are you doing? We all played 82 games. We were fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How about get rid of the in-season tournament and just add those games back as regular season games?
I mean, I'd prefer that.
Yeah.
I prefer that. I'm not a big fan of the in-season tournament. I tried to get into it. It was somewhat interesting, especially when the Pacers were just playing like a team that needed the money. But outside of that, it's not compelling because it's just there are some games you're watching and you're like, wait, is this the tournament game or is this just a regular season game? Oh no, it's Wednesday. It's neither. I don't like it. It's not great.
Think it's going to last, or you think they'll say, to hell with this too?
I have no idea, but they are going to force it. They're reformatting it already because they realized it wasn't all that compelling. So they're trying to restructure it a little bit to make it more interesting for fans watching during the season. But they're going to try to force it because this is them trying to draw interest to the middle of their season, which is where most NBA viewers fall off. They're there at the beginning. They're there at the end. The NBA is trying to maintain that interest in the middle. I don't know how an in-season tournament necessarily does that if the tournament's not good, but here we are.
Yeah. Well, you're like I said, when people raise taxes, those taxes never go away. When the NFL, when the NBA, when teams get more games to get more money, those aren't going to go away either.
Yeah.
So they might keep the game count, but they might get rid of the little stupid in-season tournament, but keep the game count. No matter what, they're always going to get theirs. We have to take a break. We'll be back with more of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
O'Reilly. Don't miss out on summer brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select, Select Pro, or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore quality braking and improve stopping performance with parts and advice from the professional parts people. Save money now when you visit O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When life gets overwhelming, but you just don't feel like talking, help is only a text away. Trained and caring crisis specialists are available by text 24/7 to assist with suicidal thoughts, substance use issues, depression, anxiety, and more. You are never alone. When you need help, please text HOPE to 4HOPE. From anywhere in Arizona, text the word HOPE to 44673. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
This is it. Shop the Lowe's closeout event to get up to 70% off select major appliances for your home. Plus, get up to 60% off select patio furniture and accessories for your outdoor spaces. So hurry into your local store today because these deals are too good to last. Shop them now before they're gone because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
This is it. Shop the Lowe's closeout event to get up to 70% off select major appliances for your home. Plus, get up to 60% off select patio furniture and accessories for your outdoor spaces. So hurry into your local store today because these deals are too good to last. Shop them now before they're gone because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Is that your new Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, crazy story. So I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event when Dave, the sales guy, asks, want to test drive the Rogue? And I'm like, let's go. We're driving when Dave says, check out the VC turbo engine. I hit the gas and whoosh. I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Dave goes, if you think that's cool, watch this. Dave shows me the miles per gallon and I'm like, whoa, that's pretty impressive fuel economy. Dave mentions, these new cars are going fast. And in that moment, I had to have that Rogue. Crazy, right?
Wait till you hear how I got my Sentra.
Now Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 MSRP. Shop the Nissan sales event. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. 2024 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city, 34 highway to 30 city, 37 highway for 2024 Nissan Rogue. Actual mileage may vary. Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer's suggested retail price. MSRP excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time.
Like right now.
Or right now. Or even
now.
Don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So Angel Reese is now part of Unrivaled, a women's basketball league, and I guess that gives players equity. And what is this? This is not during regular season, right? She's just joining. What is this about? Is this like a 3-on-3 thing?
Yeah, it's a 3-on-3 basketball league. It's not the Ice Cube one.
Oh, okay.
This is a different league.
Does Ice Cube have the ladies over there?
Well, no, but he did say, that he offered that contract to Caitlin Clark, which
to play with the boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, just to play. I mean, for him, he just wants as many big names over there as he can get. He doesn't care what the gender of the person is. So that's why he offered that. I think it was dumb of him to offer it to Caitlin and not the other person
Sure.
who, whenever they play each other, the ratings go through the roof. But
Did
whatever.
she accept it?
No.
Oh, okay, so she might end up with Unrivaled, maybe.
Maybe if she feels like it, she's got enough money. Again, relative to what other people make. If she wants to, she can. If she doesn't, she's good.
I've said oftentimes when you say, "Oh, they got enough money," I assure you, their perception of that might be different than yours.
Yeah, when I say enough money that if she chose not to, I wouldn't be surprised.
Man, I'll tell you what, the way things are, if I were a female phenom, I would make as much money as I can now doing whatever I can do, because if the tide goes back in and all of a sudden women's basketball starts to get ignored, well, you just don't want to miss any opportunity right now to cash in on this. You hope this is going to be long haul, but man, the American public is a fickle bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The attention span of many Americans, it as quickly as something becomes a trend, it disappears. So you hope that it doesn't happen, but there's no guarantee that it won't. So here we are with another revenue stream for this, and I'm interested, but I like 3-on-3 basketball. I think it feels different, and in a way that I enjoy watching.
Well, is it half court too, or is it full court?
A lot of what I've seen, like the Ice Cube Big 3 League, that's like a half court.
So here's what they said. This whole Unrivaled Women's Basketball League is 30 women, 6 teams playing 3-on-3, also and 1-on-1 full court games. What?
Full court? I have to see that. I actually have to see that.
Wait. It says playing 3-on-3 and 1-on-1 full court games in Miami. So all of it's full court.
Okay, the 3-on-3 full court can work. The 1-on-1 I have to see just visually.
Makes no sense.
How? Why?
Exhausted. You'll be exhausted.
I think the basketball is going to be horrible to end every game. But
granted, I'm getting this sentence from ESPN, so it might be badly done. But here, I'm going to read it again. Playing 3-on-3 and 1-on-1 full court games in Miami, Florida. The commas aren't there. So
it's impossible to know.
Yeah. But here's the rest of it. The Unrivaled athletes will have equity and a vested interest in the league's success. The league is also offering contract opportunities with the highest average salary in women's professional sports league history. That's all nice, if it works. The UFL, XFL, AF, and everything else, well, those are all nice ideas if they would have worked.
Yeah. And we'll see if there's more of a market for it, because that's the thing, is like the NFL is kind of all you need. It's the best football that there is to see, but we don't really have a 3-on-3 basketball space. So if there's any demand for it at all, then it could be really cool. But if there's no demand for it, they'll find out very quickly.
Yeah, I think Ramona Shelburne is high. Can we make sure? Because I just don't see either of these things being full court. 3-on-3 full court. Yeah,
it barely makes sense, but I can get
1-on-1 full court is just me like dumb. Just dumb.
You're going to get exactly 2 possessions of watchable basketball and then nothing else good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got.
Don't understand this. I just don't get it. But over there on the Unrivaled, there's Angel Reese. You got it says Stewart's over there. Is that Caitlin Stewart?
No, that's Caitlin Clark.
Clark
is not there. Brianna Stewart.
Brianna Stewart.
Yeah.
Collier, Chelsea Gray, Arike, can't say her name. Jewel. Yeah, you say so. Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Ryan Howard, Kalia Cooper, and Jackie Young. Okay, back to Arika. Say it again.
Arike Ogunbowale.
Ogunbowale.
Yep.
Ogunbowale. Arike Ogunbowale.
Mm-hmm. What's that face?
I mean, this is how I got Antetokounmpo, but Giannis is easy. But now I got 2 of them. Arike Ogunbowale.
Yep.
It's a little worse than Antetokounmpo.
Ironically, she's from Milwaukee. So it's funny
that makes a lot of sense.
Here's
I don't know
another
why.
person with a name you can't pronounce. Arike.
Makes a lot of sense. But I'll tell you what, this all makes more sense than Snoop Dogg at the Olympics. Did they look into his past? Did they do a background check?
They have. And the thing with Snoop Dogg's past that makes everybody just go, yeah, I guess that makes sense, is he's a rapper.
Yeah, but that's still...
That doesn't make it... I'm telling you that does not make it better. I'm simply saying that it's easy for people to dismiss it like that. Yeah.
So they say he's going to be one of the torchbearers, the second to last torchbearer running. And I don't think I can see him running.
No.
That's another thing. He'll be...
Snoop Dogg strolls.
Will he do the pimp walk?
Everywhere he... That's how he walks.
He's going to do the pimp walk all the way there. Right? Like, he will not run.
You can call it the pimp walk if you want to. Snoop Dogg just calls that walking.
Well, because he was a pimp at one time.
Correct.
So yeah, you're right. It's a Snoop walk.
Yeah, it's just Snoop Dogg walking.
Got to walk the dog. So he's going to be out there, and he's going to take the torch, and he's going to hand it off. I don't know who to. And I guarantee you, he's going to light something with that torch. Something is getting lit.
100%. And NBC is going to have to scramble and cut away.
Yep.
I don't know how he is going to find it or acquire it, but it's Snoop Dogg. He'll figure it out.
Yeah. So I know that is happening, but the other part is like, what the hell is he there for? Why is he there? They say, oh, he's broadcasting. For who? High Times Magazine?
For NBC.
I know they're like, yeah, no, it's NBC.
on some of their.
Let me just double check. National Broadcast Company.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I looked it up. What is he doing? One of the things he's doing is he's going to learn how to swim. Yeah, I guess when he's there in Paris, he's going to meet with the U.S. swimming team and their families. And, he's going to meet up with Michael Phelps. And I think he's going to learn to swim.
Well, good for him, I guess.
So here's what he says. You may know him as Aquaman, but people call him Michael Phelps. And me and Michael Phelps have a session in the pool where I may learn how to do the 25-meter swim. He says, I'm an athlete. Oh, yeah. When I look at Snoop Dogg, that's all I can think. There's
his athletics.
Yeah. So one thing about me is when I'm around these Olympians, I feel like I'm just as good as them. You are not.
This is why they hired him, to say ridiculous
Snoop,
things.
You do not have the lung capacity. And that's where the sentence ends.
Well,
for anything
I think
other than holding in a giant toke.
That's basically, that's all the practice he's had. Now, with that being said, Michael Phelps' history with the weed, I think they'll get along just fine.
That's actually a good point.
No,
you're right.
Michael Phelps was doing just fine.
He's a good point. They're both going to be smiling through the whole thing.
Yeah. Their eyes will be very red. There'll be a lot of giggling. Yeah, no.
So I guess Snoop has a bet with Russell Crowe.
There's so many random names being brought into this story right now.
About
I'm having whiplash.
U.S. versus the Australian swimming teams. I don't know what the bet is. I don't know how it goes, but he has a bet. That's another thing I know. The only, I don't know what else the hell he's doing. I don't know what he's doing.
That is literally it. He's just
hanging out with the swim team, and that's all he's doing.
Not just the swim team. There's going to be a couple other, I think, silly segments involving him.
So I know he's going to be at the track and field trials.
Yeah, and they're going to have him on some of the alternate broadcasts, just being ridiculous.
He was at the track and field trials. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing here.
So yeah, they are absolutely going to find ways to use Snoop Dogg's personality, because that's really what they hired him for.
That's fine. That's all good, because he's interesting. He's funny.
Yeah. And he doesn't mind being a little goofy and stuff.
Because there's so many other things that we'd be like, hey, Snoop Dogg showed up at this. And you're like, all right. Then he's like, Snoop Dogg's the Olympics. What?
That if any other broadcaster was just there, and then they looked into that person's past and saw the past that Snoop Dogg has, they would not have allowed that person to broadcast.
They let Tarico in.
That's a good point. That is a good point. That is a good point. That's a great point.
NBC, nobody cares.
Hard to argue with that one.
Well, he'll be there in case you care, and even if you don't. So, by the way, we were talking about some of the sports that are sports in the Olympics, the ones that aren't sports in the Olympics. We went down that list a while back. But I was looking at some of the older sports, and I realized, there's some other sports that didn't make the cut. And I was surprised. And lacrosse guy must be losing his mind. And the last time they tried to use lacrosse in the Olympics was 1908. I don't get it.
It's a great game.
You got a bunch of college kids playing. And then there's professional lacrosse, at least allegedly, according to lacrosse guy.
It is. I've seen it on TV. On Saturday mornings, I try to watch a little.
I don't know what the holdup is trying to get lacrosse back in. And like we talk about tug of war, that needs to be in there too. Motorboat racing doesn't. That's a dumb one back in 1908. They didn't need that.
They can leave that one out.
Cricket. We don't have enough time for cricket in the Olympics. Polo, that's just horses, So I don't know. I don't feel like we need that in the Olympics. And then croquet, shut your face. Just shut your face right up. Croquet doesn't.
Yeah, let's kick out breakdancing and we'll.
Well, you get out the breakdancing, you put it in lacrosse.
Yeah.
Find
easy.
another dumb one and put it in tug of war. I'm a happy man. Happy Lefty says lacrosse from 1908 would have resembled women's college lacrosse more so than the current men's lacrosse. I know, but that's why it's time to give it another shot. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys, hour 3 is up next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices. Just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams July summer sale and get 35% off paints and stains from July 26th through August 5th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Mom, it's school shopping time.
On it. Ooh, Target has select supplies like crayons and glue sticks for 25 cents, plus markers for 50 cents.
Next, my new Rockstar vibe means new clothes.
Ooh, totally. These graphic tees are $6 and made to last.
And a strawberry lunch bag to match my sweet personality.
Got it. And it's only $5. Let's get your favorite Good and Gather snacks. They're now at a new lower price.
Best team ever.
When it comes to low prices, Target has your back to school.
So what did the doctor say?
He said I might need surgery.
Wow, it's that serious.
Well, we won't know for sure until I talk with a surgeon, but I'm lost. This is all new to me.
The decision to have surgery isn't easy, but neither is living with pain.
There is an alternative to surgery. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach and can restore pain-free joint function so you can avoid surgery. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We also help restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. So when traditional medicine suggests you need surgery, how about taking another approach? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Stay ahead of the curve with your commute. ADOT's I-10 Broadway Curve Improvement Project is making great progress. That means better travel times, safer commutes, plus easier access to work, schools, retail, and Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. Want to stay informed about upcoming closures and construction traffic? Good news, you can get real-time updates on the app, available at i10broadwaycurve.com. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Department of Transportation.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time. For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. I think he might be around tomorrow, but we got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I think this hour is nothing but NFL football. But before we get to that, this is, I don't know if this really applies to everybody. This doesn't apply to everybody unless you're willing to, I don't know. So I guess today was National Intern Day. And what I heard was Popeyes was giving out free chicken sandwiches for National Intern Day. So I don't know.
To
even
work interns or to everybody?
You have to be an intern.
Okay.
You have to spend $10 and sign up for their rewards program. So I don't know.
so not really free.
Not really free. But then I don't know how they're verifying how you're really an intern.
Yeah.
And it turns out they're not. They say the deal is intended for summer interns, but anybody can take advantage. So if you go, you get in the rewards program, you spend $10 there. Hey, give me my intern sandwich, and they'll do it for you.
Unclear on that bit, but
no matter what stage of the corporate ladder you're on, the intern, the boss, the supervisor, the mentor, the leader, whatever it is, they want you to celebrate. So there you go, free sandwich. You got to order through the Popeyes website or app to get the deal, and then you have to pick it up. No delivery. So I don't know if that's worth it or not to you, but if you're in the business of getting free stuff, by all means, be an intern. Back when we had interns, we would send them to probably get one, and then when they brought it back, they wouldn't get it. We'd eat it.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey, what do you think interns are supposed to be for, Keon?
I don't know, but as a person who has been an unpaid intern, it's not great.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm already not making money.
Listen up, rookie. Wow.
I feel like interns in radio has to be one of the more brutal professions on interns.
Every time we had interns on this show, we just made it fun. We did. We made it fun. We were hard on them, and we were rough on them, but it was fun rough. It wasn't like go sit there for 3 hours and file something. We never did that, but we made them earn it, and we also made sure they learned something. That was always very important. A lot of people just use them for free labor. I always wanted to make sure that they left smarter about what they were here to do than when they got here. And we unless they were stupid, we did that.
Yeah, and
the dumb ones left dumb as hell.
I worked for a guy named Dave McGlumphy, and he was
McGlumphy.
Like oh yeah, and he
is that his radio name? Because that's a horrible radio name.
We just called him D-Mac.
Hey, I'm Dave McGlumphy.
And he's a very grouchy man.
You would be too if your name was McGlumphy.
Yeah.
Mr. McGrumpy.
But he did. He made sure we learned a lot. So I do appreciate that aspect of it, because that was not true for everybody that I knew that became an intern.
No, I had them out there doing stunts. I had them out there doing stuff and going through traffic. I'm not even kidding. I had them running in traffic. I really did. Safely, but running in traffic.
I don't know how you safely run through traffic, but sure.
Well, I'll tell you. It was actually, I'll tell you some other time. I don't want to give away all my secrets, but it was a brilliant marketing move, and it worked. It did work.
Oh, that's cool.
Ralph Has Crabs says, don't you guys treat Keon like an intern? Run errands, grab food, bounce checks, run the board, wash Jeffrey's clothes. First off, why would I send him to bounce a check? No, Keon is a grown man who is a grown man's job. Yeah. So no.
I do have a lot of tasks here, but I do get paid for them all, which I appreciate.
I don't know. I mean, I might slap a board op or a producer or co-host around every now and then, but verbally. But I don't know. I don't think I'm too harsh on anybody who works for me.
No, I like this job, man.
I did give the line, I wish you weren't so effing awkward, to a guy once. Do you remember him?
I do.
You know what I'm talking about? Standing in the doorway.
I do. When you said it, I knew exactly who you were talking about.
You're scaring everybody. You have to leave now.
It's just if you You can stand there and do it like a normal person. You didn't.
Oh my God. Rico Suave says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Rico Suave? It's been a minute. Where you been?" Boogie says, "Football's back, baby. The Detroit Lions are going to win the Super Bowl." Every year he does this.
It's more likely this year than
Yes.
any year he has ever said it.
Last year was more likely than any year he'd ever said it. This year is more likely than any year he ever said it.
It's proof that if you stick with the team long enough, eventually
Comes around.
Yeah.
Ralph has crab says, "Are you talking about JD Hayworth?" No.
No, you guys, guy work
No.
here.
I'd have to be able to get a word in edgewise for that to have been JD Hayworth.
JD Hayworth isn't awkward. He will
No.
he'll just talk your ear off.
Yep.
Guy loves talking.
So Cardinals, their training camp opened today. I don't know if anybody was there. I haven't seen any news about it. Didn't see any posts about it. But I guess I got to get back on the socials and see. Have you heard anything? Has there been anything that's happened out there at the Cardinals training camp?
Not that I've heard.
When your team does not end up in a news story first day of training camp, that's a good thing.
That's usually good because it means okay, we got
Nobody
through training
fought.
camp, no
Nobody
major
got
injury.
hurt.
Yeah, that kind of deal. So you usually get the highlights of camp. So I'm gonna read some of that stuff later and see what the beat writers thought about what was going on.
I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Why am I not following Josh Weinfuss on Twitter?
That's a great question. I also need to check and make sure that I'm doing it.
I know that I had to stop following Doyle from the Colts after he had
that
really,
weird, cringy exchange with Caitlin Clark. You make a heart for me. No.
Yeah, I'm
no
like,
one should
okay,
do that, you weirdo.
I'll see myself out. I'm just not good. Right there you go. Boom. I just followed him. And let's see if there's any information here. 29 minutes ago, he said that the center for the Cardinals, self-proclaimed Jim Bro. Okay, it's a slow day. Yeah, and then he's got some videos of them out there. Then this is how bad it was been for, I guess, the Cardinals haven't really done anything interesting. Josh Weinfuss put a story. Huge news on the WNBA today. Okay, I see how this is going to go. I see how camp is going.
That's good. I take it from me, a Washington Commanders fan who normally you open up, Washington football training camp historically, and there's some scandal brewing on some level. I don't have that for Washington, and I think that if you're an Arizona fan, you should be happy that the biggest story that I was able to find on training camp is Buda Baker continues role as vocal leader.
Thanks.
That's good. It's good.
Oh, you know what I haven't
boring
done?
is good. I promise.
So I did that to see what was up with the Arizona Cardinals. Now I'm going to look up my Colts. All the stories have been positive so far. Talking about Anthony Richardson, talking about Michael Pittman. Everything has been pretty much on the positive angle. Although there was a comment that was made that, I'm going to take a little issue with. Here it is. So here's the line. Shane Steichen says on Anthony Richardson running, he's like, "Hey, would you stop Steph Curry from shooting threes?" I'm like, yeah. If every time he shot a three, he also ran right into the basket, like the dong, if every time he shot a three, he jumped up in the air and face planted. Yeah. Every time he shot a three and he then runs over and just hits the scoring table full force. Yeah, I think I would stop him from shooting threes.
Yeah. If every time Steph Curry went to go shoot a three, a large man, 270 pounds and built like a freight train,
picks him up over his head, drops him. Yeah, I think I would.
And has the ability to dislocate his shooting shoulder, then guess what? You tell him to stop shooting threes. Yeah, you actually would.
Depends on how the shooting threes resulted in an injury or not. Then, yes, that's pretty simple. You don't let him do it.
No one is saying to tell Anthony Richardson to stop running, but that he's got to protect himself. That if you're going to pick up 7 yards and it's not a first down, but it's it's 1st and 10. You pick up 7 yards and you're looking and you could get the other 10 or the other 3 to get the 10. But also there's someone there who's going to kill you. Just step out of bounds and get the 7, live to see another play, and be healthy. You got to protect yourself. The 3 yards aren't worth it because if you're gone after that because you got injured, you're of no use on the bench.
When Steph Curry shoots a 3, there's really no real possibility that you're going to lose him for the entire season because of it. But when Anthony Richardson starts running every time, there is that possibility.
And he's a big, strong guy. He's going to be able to take some shots, but at some point, you gotta stop taking those hits. You just can't do it. And when you have another quarterback in your division, Trevor Lawrence, telling Anthony Richardson, you've got to stop taking those hits, man. Your career is just not going to be that long. There are other people who see how talented you are and see you want to be great, but you've got to protect yourself.
Here's hoping. Rico Suave says, hey, I changed jobs to remodeling homes so I can listen to you guys again. Prayers answered. Thanks, Rico Suave. That's awesome. And congratulations on a job you like. That's good. Good
glad
stuff,
to have you
man.
back.
Boogie says, hey, when are you guys doing your final NFL predictions or conference champs? I don't have a lot of faith in the Cards this year. I don't see any growth in Kyler Murray. His ceiling seems shorter. No, his ceiling seems hugely taller. It's a little disappointing. Back to when are we going to do our final NFL predictions? What are you talking about?
Like what, our Super Bowl? Who
our way too early Super Bowl predictions?
I guess we could do that at some point. I mean, even if we did it, a month from now, it'd still be way too early. So it'd just be.
We did go through and decide the Cardinals are going to get way more wins than you would imagine. And just on the eye test, we're looking at Dan Campbell and his giant podium and thinking he's going to have a pretty good year there. Yeah, you guys are going to do well.
The Lions are doing great. I think the Cardinals did get better. I mean, the last time Kyler Murray looked really great as a passer, he had D-Hop, and Marvin Harrison Jr. can be in that same caliber of wide receiver. That ought to help. Really. Like, who was the number 1 receiver last year? Wilson? Dortch? Like, those guys are good, but those guys aren't number 1, get separation, rip the top off of a defense kind of receiver. Like, adding Marvin Harrison, honestly, is going to make life easier for all of those receivers and a guy like Trey McBride as well, who showed that he can do a lot at tight end.
I am very confused by something that I've just found out. Very confused. Average Joe says that Max Melton from the Arizona Cardinals wore a Kevin Kolb jersey to practice, and he didn't know who he was. Why would he wear that?
Did he buy it in a thrift store?
Is it Cobb or Kolb?
I always heard it pronounced Cobb.
It is probably Cobb.
But regardless.
Kolb.
The man's not playing in the National Football League. I think he'll be okay. I
ain't gonna fight.
That's confusing.
Yeah.
It is confusing that you would wear his jersey. That's already confusing. But then maybe you liked him as a college player and you just wanted to wear the Cardinal jersey because you're a Cardinal. I don't even have that, because if you don't know who he is, how'd you even get the jersey? Who did someone give it to you and you're like, oh, it's a Cardinal jersey, I'll just wear it? I'm trying to understand.
Average Joe says he bought it at Goodwill.
I mean, that makes sense.
He didn't. There's no way the NFL players wandering through Goodwill.
That's the thing, is it makes sense, because to me, that's the only place you'd find a Kevin Kolb jersey. Where else would you find one?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I doubt it. But
it's either
Beer Bob says no. Milton did get it at Goodwill. He was looking for a throwback Arizona Cardinals jersey.
And he just saw a Cardinals jersey and put it on.
Good for him for not being snobby. But I mean, I hope the hell he washed it before he put it on.
I think I'm going to go ahead and assume that.
You don't want to get all that pour on you. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding.
That's not where I was going with that. Oh no.
Ew. Oh, I got pour on me. Zay says, I'm sure it's been discussed, but when's the fantasy draft? I don't know yet. I'll give you a guess. Let's see here. I'm going to look at the calendar. August 31st would be my guess. We always like to do it, and maybe even September 7th. I feel like every year I get talked into doing it earlier rather than later. But see, this year it would make sense to be on September 7th because that is the last Saturday before football starts. Oh, football starts on Sunday. So maybe, is that too late? And then the other one's Labor Day. I don't want to do it earlier than the 31st. I don't want to do it. But technically, we could do it on September 7th.
Because I was in a fantasy football league with a friend of mine, and he was thrilled because he had drafted Andrew Luck.
Oof.
And then Andrew Luck retired.
Yeah,
that in my mind, when you say I want to do it as late as possible, that's all that pops into my head is like, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Or somebody has some season-ending injury in the preseason or in a preseason game or something like that. You know, not that Zach Wilson turned out to be any good, but Zach Wilson, you know, as a rookie, sprained his ACL just immediately in a preseason game. So if you have a situation like that, you've already drafted the guy, you know.
I'm getting some people who think that the first Thursday night football game is on Thursday the 5th, but I don't have that. That's not what I've got. Where can you look that up for me? Because I can't find my contract here. When I say contract, I don't play in the NFL, but we have a contract to air the NFL games, and I don't.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah. It's the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Baltimore Ravens. 8:20 on NBC.
Wait a minute. What day? September 5th?
Thursday.
That's not on our schedule for some reason. I better get that back on there. Okay.
Well, we just got something fixed. How about that?
Good to know. I thought it was weird. I was like, oh, look, there's games on a Sunday before the Monday and Thursday night games. Okie dokie. All right, then. Thank you for that, Beer Bob. Thank you for that, Megatron. And Megatron, good to hear from you, man.
It's been a while.
Sir Drives a Lot says, Jeffrey with the jokes. It's not a joke. I just screwed up. Harvey Puttswaddler. There is a game on the 5th, not on the 6th. That's a Friday. Boogie says, I agree with a later draft, though. Perhaps the Saturday before. Well, here's the thing. This is what everybody gets upset about. Oh, it's Labor Day. I think Labor Day weekend's the perfect time. I don't, you just do it we'll do it on Saturday. And then Sunday and Monday you have off. It's a great start to a 3-day weekend. Yeah. I just don't want to do it on the 24th. I don't want to. But then I'm usually vetoed by whoever decides to host it. You know, we've been at Dave & Buster's for the last couple of years. I don't know where we'd be this year. I'm not going to know probably till a week out because that's how we do things here at CRC Broadcasting. We will wait till the last damn minute.
Sometimes it's just like that.
It's always like that.
I was trying to make it sound nicer than it was.
You've only been here for 3 years.
And it's been like that all 3 years. I was just trying to make it nicer, sound a little.
Yeah, but we always figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's always a fun time. We'll let you know. I got no more information. What's that moist one? There's a Friday game too. I wonder if maybe we're not airing those because I didn't see that on
the Friday game is the Brazil game. The Packers Eagles.
I got to go back and look at our contract because I thought we had every single game ever, forever. So Westwood 1 must not have those two. I don't know. I maybe I screwed something up. It's more likely me than that, but I'll check that and let you know. Beer Bob says, yeah, the Packers and the Eagles play on September 6th in Brazil. 2 green teams playing in a stadium where the rival home team wears green and green is banned. Way to go, NFL. Great decision.
Yeah,
didn't they just debunk that?
Yeah, that wound up being a hoax.
Or it was the hoax was they said it was gang colors. Now, Beer Bob is saying a rival of the home team wears green, so they don't like anybody to ever wear green at the stadium. That might be more realistic.
That sounds truer.
All right,
double check.
All right, I found my contract, and so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a look here. Holy crap, you people are all right. How did I miss that on the contract? Well, it does say we're taking it. Oh no. It says we're taking the Hall of Fame game too. Son of a bitch.
We always take the Hall of Fame game.
August 1st. No, we
Wait,
don't.
No?
No, we don't.
I thought we did last year.
They want us to.
Because then the Hall of Fame game came on and we just went home.
Oh, it's on a Thursday. We're definitely taking the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
game.
the Hall of Fame game is always weekday.
At 5 p.m. So it'll be at 5 p.m. Yeah, we're taking the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, that's why I thought we always did, because last year it was a Thursday as well. And
all right, so this is what's going to happen is over the next few days, I'm going to double check our entire calendar because I don't know how the hell I screwed that up. But yeah, we have every single primetime game, and these are included. So let me see. Yeah, Green Bay Packers versus Eagles. That is at 4:30 our time. So yeah, I guess we get 2 days in a row of short shows. Yes, that's pretty nice. How did I miss that? I'm kicking myself over here.
I don't know.
Thank you.
I thought you'd be over the moon. So
thank you, Fourth Dimension. Thank you, because I could have been like, nope, everything's fine. Dumbass me. Wow, you guys saved us. Thank you, Harvey. Thank you, Megatron. Thank you all. We got to take a break. We'll be back. More football on the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The opening ceremonies for the 2024 Summer Olympics will be on Friday from Paris, France. LeBron James and Coco Gauff will be the flag bearers for the United States. Both the men's and the women's basketball teams favored to win the gold medal. The United States men will open up play on Sunday against Serbia, and opening as a 12.5-point favorite, minus 900 on the money line. Serbia plus 570, over under 180.5. The United States women's team will take on Japan on Monday afternoon. The USA women are favored by 19.5 points. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Not all policies will qualify. Not available in all states.
I juggle a lot. And managing constipation with belly pain from my irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, with laxatives and fiber isn't enough. My doctor recommended a way to get ahead of it. Then I said yes to Linzess. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams July summer sale and get 35% off paints and stains from July 26th through August 5th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast at harmonsolar.com.
With the first pick. Now that the draft is in the books, it's that time of the season when the team gets together, to get acquainted. Summer means mini camp, OTAs, then preseason. Keep yourself tuned to the station with all the insight, updates, and breaking news you need to know about the NFL offseason. If it's the NFL, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Danny Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, well, I went and fixed the calendar. Everything's good. I'm very, very happy too.
Yeah.
2 days in a row. That's nice. Brunswick guy says, what am I supposed to listen to when you got a short show? He says, this is very sad news for me and the kids. Well,
the football.
Yeah. We air the NFL football games, all your primetime games here on 1580 The Fanatic. We got the Thursday night football. We got the Sunday night football. We got the Monday night football. We got games during the day on Sunday. If there's a game on any day of the week, we generally have it. Absolutely, unequivocally, we are your home for the NFL here on 1580 The Fanatic. And whenever we air those games, we stream them too. So there's no blackouts on our streaming anymore. So you're listening on the app, enjoy. That's all. Just enjoy. The only place we have to black out is the places where the games are happening. Like we have to black out Kansas City that day. Wherever the game is occurring, there's like 100-mile radius. You have to black it out. But outside of that, here in Arizona, we're good to go.
Yeah. Or anywhere else that's not hosting the football game.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, Brunswick guy, you're probably able to hear the streamed NFL games in Canada. So, absolutely. Boogie says, Randy's house for the draft. I doubt it. He says, I agree with a later draft, perhaps the Saturday before the season. That's what I'm hoping for. But like I said, that is Labor Day. People whine about that. Pink Eye says, rain's coming. Where's Randy with the weather report? He'll be back tomorrow, but if you already know rain's coming, doesn't sound like you need one. Either it does or it doesn't.
Yeah.
Expect probably some, monsoonal type activity. And that's it. I mean, I don't know what more you need to know.
Happens around this time of year.
Yeah. Ain't rocket science, man. This is probably what should have been the lead story on the entirety of this NFL segment. The most important thing you're going to hear right now. Bad news for the NFL. This is actually, it's not to do with the Sunday ticket lawsuit. That's just $14 billion, right? That's nothing compared to what just came down.
Okay. That's concerning sounding.
Taylor Swift will not be at every Kansas City Chiefs home game this season. There are 5 games that she can't attend. 5
entire games.
5 entire games.
Wow.
She got that Eras tour. I thought she was quitting that thing. What happened?
I guess it has never stopped selling out. You just keep running that thing back until people decide with their money that they're not going to continue to see it and fill stadiums to see it.
Hold on, this just in. Oh no, there's good news now. 2 of them were just preseason games.
Oh. So technically
3
games.
3. Okay. Still, that will cost the NFL billions.
Which is great because
she's not there.
Even Taylor Swift doesn't want to watch the preseason.
I know, even she knows better. Mick Mama, at first she goes, thank you, Jesus. And then I said, oh, it's only a couple preseason. She goes, oh, damn it.
Why? She's like barely on TV to begin with.
So here's the dates. August 10th, when the Chiefs are at Jacksonville for the preseason, she'll be in Vienna. August 17th, when the Lions go to Arrowhead, she'll be in London. But then the regular season, when people are actually paying attention, October 20th, and that's a big game for the Chiefs, October 20th, the Super Bowl rematch against the 49ers in San Francisco. The entire world will watch that game, but not Taylor. She's going to be in Miami. October 27th, the Chiefs are going to Vegas to take on the Raiders. That's a rivalry game. Taylor's going to be in New Orleans. So it's like she's just not, she's not close enough. But then on December 8th for Sunday Night Football at Arrowhead, when they play the Chargers, Taylor's in Canada, Vancouver. I don't know how the NFL is going to recover from this.
I think they'll figure something out. We'll see her in 17 million and a half Capital One commercials, which we were seeing that before they started dating. So it's like nothing changed.
Just saying, the NFL is silently weeping right now, hoping she'd be at every game. Brunswick guy says Taylor Swift is coming to Toronto, and I'm bringing my kids there. We got seats, and they're expensive. Yeah, but it's Canadian money, so it's not worth that much.
You're the reason, by the way, that the Eras Tour never ends. Not you specifically, but anytime she fires that thing back up, she's had the Eras Tour. It's gone on for it feels like a year and a half. And then there was a movie about the making of the Eras Tour, which I don't know exactly what it did in the box office, but massive numbers there. It's just like printing money to her. So yeah, that's just, she's going to keep doing that.
I wish I could print money.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I found that out. So, remember we've had these conversations about the Guardian caps, and it was just like, these Guardian caps are going to protect these guys, during preseason, and they're like, yeah, you wear those things and you get a reduction in the amount of concussions, but this is good for the players. And I was the guy who says, excuse me, why not just wear them in the games? You just wear them in the games. Everyone's like, oh, you look silly. You look like little Marvin the Martian there,
I agree. It's just if players don't want to wear it, they're just not going to wear it.
And then I said, well, who gives a crap what they look like? As long as they play like football players, who cares what they got in their head? You can still be a big, scary, great football player, even if you got these little waffle cone things on your head. Well, guess what? I said, I bet you will see them start wearing them in games. And you're like, well, how are you going to put numbers on them? And I said, I don't know, maybe they'll probably take some sort of nylon thing, and then that way they can print this stuff on it. And I was poo-pooed when I said that. I said, well, no, it could do it in the lightweight. A lightweight nylon cover should work. And guess what? Chargers practice. There you go. Exactly what I had foreseen.
Yeah.
I might have been the inventor of that. Somebody heard me and stole the idea.
Stole your idea from you, baby.
And I just lost out on a lot of money.
Because I didn't poo-poo you. I was just like, I don't know how players will buy in. I have heard NFL players in the past complain about every version of the helmet that has changed. There was a couple of former players, and when I say former players, they were not the league that long, that were complaining about, how George Kittle's face mask makes him look like a Power Ranger. So yeah, you got to convince players to do it, but it works. Like you can physically do it. It's just, do they think that they want to?
I think at some point we don't give them that choice. You didn't give them a choice to put on a seatbelt. You didn't give them a choice to wear a helmet on a motorcycle. Don't give them a choice on these things if they reduce concussion.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think it's a matter of how you implement it and roll it out. I mean, you can always find pictures of the NHL and players before they were forced to wear helmets because so many of those guys didn't want to wear helmets.
Yeah,
helmets in hockey. They were no.
It might be manly, but it ain't bright. But let me tell you, if you're listening on the radio, look up Chargers and Guardian caps. You'll see what I was just showing Keon, and it looks pretty, maybe a little lumpy, but pretty straightforward and almost just like that's kind of a big football helmet.
Yeah, to me, it's like, look, if someone
the logo's on it and everything.
And the number, which for the Chargers is where they do that as well. Look, I just think that if you can prevent someone's brain from being a slushy when they turn 60, do that. Do that. we need less people like Antonio Brown, where it's like we're not sure where Antonio Brown starts and the CTE begins, or say Antonio Brown ends and the CTE begins. It's just kind of like some of it is him. He really has been like that, but some of that is just like I think that you've had your brain destroyed.
So the Guardian caps on Chargers players makes a lot of sense because how badly injured that team has been.
It hasn't been great.
They're giving the coaches a Guardian cap. Just make sure nobody gets hurt. Boogie says, pro tip, when you go to Canada, just bring Monopoly money. You can spend that like normal money. All that goofy money up there, no one even understands what real money is anyway. So
I don't
you're
think
welcome.
that's how that works.
Fish Tank says, do it like they did with visors in hockey. If you were already in the league, you get to choose on the visor. Every new player had to wear one, and it just naturally just, left.
And they do that in the NFL too. Whenever they update the helmet, players who were in the league when that helmet was introduced, you get to keep your helmet. But after a certain point, guys coming into the league, you don't get to choose the old helmet. You get to choose from these delightful options of brand new helmets that we've made. Have fun.
Big George says, I don't have a problem with all the Guardian helmets. I think they look just fine. And if they protect players, all for it.
It's about if the players feel that way. The fans are going to catch up. Okay, we're going to watch regardless. It's if the players feel that way. And I think that at some point, the players union is going to be on the side of everyone else.
Statistically, gives me a chance to save my brain and my life.
Yeah.
No, I ain't wearing that. Dummy. Baby Mullet says CTE spelling bee with AB, Chandler Jones, Angel Hernandez, Ron Wolfley. Come on, be nice to Ron Wolfley.
And even Angel Hernandez, he doesn't have CTE. He's a bad umpire. He's not a bad dude.
Yeah, but he's dumb as hell. So I'd like to see him in that.
So he could probably. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I can.
Ron
I can
Wolfley.
believe that.
Ron. See, here's how you know Ron Wolfley is a nice guy. He's still there. 888-368-1580. Kiss the Cook says NFL Pillowheads.
Sure.
Okay. And see, here's the thing. Just because the helmet's a little weird looking doesn't mean the player plays any less tough. Doesn't mean the player is any less able or capable. Everybody's just got to get over it.
It means that you hit just as hard, but your brain isn't bleeding afterwards. That's a good thing.
Fish Tank says, also, if they do the Guardians, cue every tough guy in a bar yelling, you might as well just wear flags, Nancy.
Well, you're never going to get rid of that guy.
I'd like to have the tough guy in the bar say that to the football wearing it.
Yeah.
Because the tough guy at the bar can't take the kicker.
If you're, the tough guy at the bar would lose to Justin Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
You would absolutely get steamrolled by Buda Baker. Buda Baker in a Guardian cap. Do you still think you want to say
It'd be
that?
so much worse.
Say it to his face.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Oh, I wish you would. I do wish you would. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back with On This Date in Big George's sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I juggle a lot. And managing constipation with belly pain from my irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, with laxatives and fiber isn't enough. My doctor recommended a way to get ahead of it. Then I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Mom, it's school shopping time.
On it. Ooh, Target has select supplies like crayons and glue sticks for 25 cents, plus markers for 50 cents.
Next, my new Rockstar vibe means new clothes.
Ooh, totally. These graphic tees are $6 and made to last.
And a strawberry lunch bag to match my sweet personality.
Got it. And it's only $5. Let's get your favorite Good and Gather snacks. They're now at a new lower price.
Best team ever.
When it comes to low prices, Target has your back to school.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Download the Fanatic app.
News, scores, social media updates, and more on your smartphone, on your tablet. The free Fanatic app, available at the Google Play Store or the App Store, and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Today, Blender here on 1580, the Fanatic. So we were talking about how the Chargers had some Guardian caps. They had these nylon pullover cover things that made it look more like a regular helmet. Yeah, we told you we could get those things going and wear them in games if people really wanted to. I just like that the opportunity is there if somebody wants to, and it can be in uniform regulation, so nobody gives you any crap. People want to make fun of you. Hey, look at you, Q-tip. Whatever. But I'll still be able to do a crossword puzzle after I'm done playing football. So hell, I'd wear one. Yeah. I would wear one. Absolutely, without a doubt.
I would too. And I've seen a number of guys that also have a little neck. It's not a brace. It's just sort of the collar thing that restricts blood flow.
Love the collar thing.
That it basically allows you to take a decent collision without having your brain flatten on the side of your skull.
There is one thing that the Guardian helmet and the neck roll just can't help you with. You suit up, you put on a cup, protect your nuts. You put on the helmet, protect your noggin. You put on the roll, protect your neck. You put on the pads, protect your knee, protect your elbows, you protect your shoulders, you protect your chest, your sternum. They even have butt pads. I used to always laugh when I put the butt pad into my uniform. I was like, it is funny. And I feel like I'm running around with a little turd in my shorts as I'm running, And so they had pads for everything. They can't help you with is what happened to Junior Colson. Junior Colson, they're like, hey, you got your all your stuff on? Yeah. What's wrong, Junior? It hurts my stomach. I mean, your stomach? We haven't even done anything yet. Turns out he had to have an appendectomy. His appendix.
Oh,
yeah. So they caught it early, so he was fine. And he called his mom. He's like, "Mom, it hurts." She says, "Where?" "Right here to my right side and low." She's like, "That's the appendix. Go to the hospital." And he did, and whoop, they took it right out. Now, here's the thing: when I was 15 years old, I missed Hell Week, so I didn't get to play football that year. Because they have the rule. If you don't go to Hell Week, no matter what, you're not on the team. You can't play. And I thought I was bull crap because I had a surgery. It wasn't like I was, wussing out or nothing. So, okay, whatever. So I got my appendix out, and my recovery to even just be kind of normal was 2 weeks. I was walking around all hunched over like George Burns, and just like, And now they say that the surgeries are different now. It's not like it used to be. You recover in like a couple of days. Oh man, I
Wow.
wish things had been like that when I was a kid. I missed a whole year of football.
They advance it, I guess.
Yeah.
So they figure out how to make those incisions so you don't have to recover for as long.
So he'll still miss a couple of weeks recovering, but then he'll be right back in. If the time of the summer that I had that mine, if the recovery was quicker, I could have made it. So sucks to be old. I missed out a whole year because of that. But anyway, he won't miss a whole lot. There's no timetable for his return, but yeah, I mean, he's a made man with Harbaugh because he played with him at Michigan. He played for Michigan, 3rd round pick for the Chargers this year. So anyway, Junior Colson, no guardian cap for the appendix, I guess.
There's some things you can't protect.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, I cracked a hairline fracture tailbone landing on my ass on a ski jump when I was teaching kids. Kids came up to me and said, hey, coach, you okay? And he says, no. He says, I couldn't sit comfortably for like 8 to 10 weeks.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. That sounds terrible.
It's horrible, but funny.
It's hilarious. We are still laughing, but that's
Are you okay?
so bad.
No.
The answer is obviously no.
You fracture your tailbone. It's like, coach, are you okay? Go after yourself. Oh. Figured that'd get a parent over quicker. Call the ambulance.
That's true.
That sucks. Big George says, those Allstate home insurance commercials are ridiculous. If someone asked me to swap out a smoothie for $574, I'd say, hell yes. And then I'd run. What the hell's he talking about? I don't.
It's one of the Allstate commercials.
All I heard was ding, 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 ding. I just,
Oh, yeah. Like you just tune them out.
Yeah.
The only reason why I know what some of the commercials are is because I put them in the computer. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any idea.
I'm on State Farm, so
I don't hear them. Yeah, me too.
I don't pay attention. But here's the thing that somebody brought up is pet insurance. I should get pet insurance.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to get pet insurance. I think PetSmart. I don't know.
I have no idea where, but
if that means I got to use the PetSmart vet, no, because all they ever do is put dogs to sleep.
Do they? Oh, no.
I don't want to go there. I mean, I'm sure they do more than just that. That's just the only time I've seen them.
Right,
Fish Tank says, when you fracture your tailbone and you have to sit on a little donut of shame for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
Says someone who sounds like they have fractured a tailbone. Kiss the Cook says, if shoulder surgery was like it is now, back in the early 80s, I'd have continued playing football. I know. I'm jealous. They have all these little things with robotics, and they've got all these like teeny little incision. I got a scar like that, like that long as this finger right here,
Yeah.
Right here under my waist right here.
The appendix surgeries now, I don't even think you could see the scar anymore, probably.
I don't think they could have done it without that. They always say, well, make a teeny little incision, we'll go and get it. The doctor said when he cut through the muscle of my stomach and pulled it back to get in there, it just went whoop right up to meet him. It was that close to exploding.
Wow.
It actually, he says it whoop came right up at him. Like it was coming out like, I'm coming to get you. I'm like, oh my God. Swazman says, and Jeffrey, listen, there's no butt cast. Like he said, donut cushion of shame. Literally not sitting down as much as possible for 8 weeks.
That's brutal. That's brutal, man. Like it doesn't sound that bad until you think about really how much time you spend sitting down. Like that's
Swazman. So if you're teaching kids and you bust your ass, maybe you shouldn't be teaching kids. I'm just saying. Am I wrong? Because if you're like, all right, kids, try that, then all these kids start busting their ass.
Well, I think he taught them a valuable lesson of what not to do.
Don't bust your ass.
I don't think you're going to end up with a bunch of kids doing that because he looks broken right now. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do this. I want to go home. I'm sure you're an amazing skier, snowboarder, all that stuff. But at that moment, is that really good teaching? Hook'em Hottie says, pet insurance is just a ripoff, at least for my cat. Well, see, I don't know the story of your cat.
What's the story of your cat? Because I'm currently going through something with my cat, and I feel like I regret not having pet insurance. But if it's a scam, I might feel slightly better about not having pet insurance.
Yeah, at this point, that's a pre-existing condition.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying for now. I'm saying for in the future.
Well, come on, Hukamati.
I will continue to have pets. So
I appreciate the kind of pettiness that came from Jamar Chase. The NFL is doing their annual top 100 players thing. They go to Jamar Chase. They interviewed him. They're like, "Hey, who do you think the best player is?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Like, come on,
the best player in 2023.
He says, "I'm not saying his name." Well, who is it? No. He says,
he said, you know who he is.
Yeah,
I'm not saying his name.
He said, of course, he was talking about Patrick Mahomes, but he just would not say his name. He said, "I'm not saying him. I give credit where credit's due, but I'm not saying his name. I'm not saying his name, brother. Sorry. Not saying that guy's name. He's good. He's amazing. He's good. Not gonna lie, but I'm salty. I'm a little salty. 2 years in a row. I'm putting Burrow first."
I love everything about that interview. The look in his eyes, though, when he was like, "Are you really going to make me say who?" It's like, he looked like he could kill a person. It's
like when they try to get me to say things in the text line about U Arizona, nice stuff about U Arizona. I won't even say it. I won't read that.
Yeah, like, wait, who do you think this is?
So Hukamati says pet insurance doesn't help with the meds. Oh, I don't even care about the meds. For me, it's been the X-rays and the blood tests.
The X-rays will
and the MRIs.
I didn't have all of that, but they were going to do blood work for my cat recently, and I had to say no because I was just like, man, I know. And then when they
don't need blood work, you know that there's a BB.
Well, that's the thing. It was before they did the X-ray and that. So then he was just like, okay, well, let's do the X-ray first, and then we can do blood work stuff after. So then we did the X-ray first, and that pretty much was it. So I didn't have to do all the other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've learned with dogs, unless they are immediately in distress and they want to do all those tests, I say, no, we're going to keep an eye. And if there's distress, I'll run them right back in, pay for whatever, tests and this and that. But feels like a big old money grab, to be honest. I mean, I want to give the animal the best care possible. But no, I don't think an MRI was going to solve anything. I don't think
not every situation calls for it.
And right now, he's doing fine. So my gamble was right. Now, later in the day, if he started to kind of have problems again, I'd have ran him in there and said, "Here's my credit card. Do what you need to do." But at least just take your time with it, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1913. Carl Wileman became the first major leaguer to strike out 6 consecutive times in a single game. That just seems mean. Just to put, like, this guy's been dead for how many years? The only time anybody mentions him is on July 25th to say he's the first guy to strike out 6 times in a row in one game.
He might even have been just a pretty solid ball player.
Don't know. This is all I know about him. Carl Wileman's in heaven are just like going, "Hey, somebody's talking about me."
It's the strikeout thing again.
Why? So here's what we do know. He was left-handed. He played for the St. Louis Browns, and he was 23 years old when this happened. Went the distance after entering the game in relief with 1 out in the first inning, and 15 innings later, 6 consecutive strikeouts.
Wow.
Not that he struck someone else out. He himself struck out.
And dude, after 3 of those, maybe lay down a bunt or something.
To make things worse, the game ended in a tie due to darkness.
Which we've already discussed as a concept.
Poor Carl Wileman.
Yeah, I feel bad for this guy.
He's like, I know I'm in heaven, but he's like, take that. Just if I could put that through the clouds.
If today happens to be a historically slow sports day, it means his name gets mentioned on this day, not just on this show, but any show that does it every year.
Carl Wileman, 6 consecutive strikeouts. He's like, shut up. That was 111 years ago. Let it go.
Baseball was a young game.
Yeah. He's like, we just started. We hadn't been playing for that long.
None of us were great at this yet.
Like 40 years, 50 years, maybe. And then organized. Come on. We just got started. You try. Kiss the Cook says, are these the same two asshats that asked Jerry Rice about the Chiefs receiver? Oh, yeah, they were asking about that. No, they were talking about the NFL 100 thing. It was a fair question.
Yeah, it was actually the place you would ask that. Yeah.
Fish Tank says, I had pet insurance. I was just burning $70 a month or whatever because my dog is young and healthy. Tell you what, I thought Bebo was too. So I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. If that's the insurance gamble, right?
Yeah.
You're betting against your pet. My dog is dumb as hell. Won't eat anything. I should probably have pet insurance.
Yeah. And to be fair, I always thought something ridiculous was going to happen to Pixel. I just didn't think it was. I thought it was going to be his fault when it happened. He's not the brightest, but
it's fair.
but he's a good kid. And he just, I feel bad.
Swazman says, you ever remember a lot of people remembered for being failures, like the tight end that dropped the Super Bowl touchdown, Dallas Cowboys, Jackie Smith. Then there was always Bill Buckner. No. I know. You just feel bad for Carl Wildman. You was bothering anybody today.
We know Bill Buckner for other things, better moments than that. We don't know anything else about Carl.
We didn't have to do that to him, but we did. That's the way it goes. See you guys tomorrow. It's the Daily Blender here on